Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. We're now in 5 minutes away from kickoff at Amex Stadium as it's Brighton and Hove Albion against West Ham United, and it's a very, very interesting, and that's the polite way of describing it, lineup from Nuno this afternoon. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're new to Hammers Chat, please do subscribe, and also if you could drop a like on the video by clicking the thumbs up button, it helps out the video a lot, because if someone comes onto YouTube, puts in Brighton West Ham, this could be their #1 recommended video if you lot all drop likes on the video. So thank you very much. So anyway, I'm riding solo today, so you guys will be keeping me company in the live chat. Hopefully some of you will be sticking around for the duration of the game as well, so get your thoughts into the comments section. But before I turn to live chat, let me just read out the West Ham starting 11. The bench is scrolling along the bottom of your screen as well. In goal, we've got Alphonse Areola. And we're going to back three with Kilman coming in, and he will play alongside Mavropanos and Todibo. Got Wan-Bissaka right wing back and Diouf left wing back. And then myself and you guys are going to have a discussion as to how we think the rest of the team is going to line up. We know we've got Rodriguez in central midfield, possibly alongside Fernandes or Paqueta, with the other one maybe playing in a number 10 type role with Somerville and Jared Bowen as a striker. Let me know what you think in the live chat about the starting 11, but also what you think Nuno's going to do. I think Opta have got it right on the graphic on the screen there. I think we might see Fernandes next to Rodriguez, Paqueta a little bit further ahead alongside Somerville, just playing behind Jared Bowen. But certainly a back three from Nuno this afternoon. A very surprising lineup. I'll be honest with you, very disappointed. Very disappointed. Listen, if we win, genius. If we don't win, it's on him. It's that type of lineup. And the worst thing is, this morning, I didn't know Somerville was back until this morning. And Gonzo said, yeah, Somerville's starting. I was like, wow, okay. I'm quite excited. I thought if you could check out the team from Thursday at Old Trafford, put Somerville in. Brilliant. What a team that is. Paqueta coming in for Wilson for rotation purposes. Happy days. I just assumed Potts and Magassa would start. And I appreciate it's a quick turnaround from Thursday till today, but this is standard. This is standard if you play European football. You know, you play Europa League, Conference League, you play Thursday, Sunday. Magassa and Potts, they're both 22 years of age, they're young players, and neither of them have played loads of minutes this season. They've only just both got into the team recently. So to feel the need to rotate them already, I don't know, it doesn't quite feel true to me. But not only that, there's no rotation for Bowen, Fernandes, Diouf, Wan-Bissaka, Mavropanos, Todibo. And I appreciate in the middle of the park, you're probably going to cover more ground. It is probably a tougher role. But I would much prefer to start with Potts and Magassa. And if come the hour mark, you've got to make changes, you've got to make changes. But I'm a firm believer in start with your strongest team and try and get the lead. And then if you've got to, I think it's easier to make changes when you are leading than it is when you need to try and equalise as well. So when I seen the lineup, I'll be honest with you, I'm very disappointed from Nuno today. And that's the thing, you put, even if he wanted to go to a back three, then why have you dropped Potts and Magassa? Why don't you start Potts and put Magassa on the bench? And then when Potts is tired, and assuming Potts is on the bench because of fatigue, then when Potts is fading, bring Magassa on to replace him. So you could have your back three, you can have your Fernandes, Paqueta, Somerville, Bowen, but there's just, in my opinion, absolutely no need for Rodriguez. Start Potts or Magassa instead of him, and then replace that person with the other one as and when required, if required. That's what I would have done. The Rodriguez starting, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Hopefully, when I do the review after the game, I'm sitting here laughing at how stupid I am, and Rodriguez is just putting a man-of-match performance, and Nuno's a genius, and we just got 3 points away from Brighton. Happy days. I hope that's what happens. I would love to be wrong, but Rodriguez starting. But it's the other thing is, what managers do in previous games gives you a bit of evidence. And Rodriguez ain't come off the bench. He's not even being used. He hasn't even given him minutes against Manchester United, minutes against Bournemouth, Burnley, Newcastle, Liverpool. He's not played at all. So he's just gone from like not playing to starting. So I don't know. It just doesn't add up for me. A little bit strange. Feels unnecessary too, because I don't think the performances have been the best, but the results are all right. Our form is all right. 2 wins, 2 draws, a defeat. We got a draw today. It's 1 defeat and 6. That's good form. Although we're in the bottom 3, the league table suggests we're a bad football team, but I think it's more damaged by Potter rather than Nuno. But I don't know. I think I wasn't really optimistic for today. I'm less optimistic now after seeing 11, but it just feels unnecessary. That's all. It just doesn't feel like he had to do that. Hopefully, Rodriguez is man of match. Anyway, I'm going to turn to live chat now. Get your thoughts in regarding West Ham's starting 11. We'll discuss that for a few minutes amongst ourselves, and then we'll take a look and see what Brighton are doing this afternoon as well. Number 6 is saying, I like Nuno, but his decisions confuse me in a bad way. You could say that his lineups have cost us 8 points. I hope he proves me wrong, but I doubt it. It does feel a little bit Brentford Leeds, this lineup, doesn't it? It does feel a little bit like that. Richard saying, what is he doing with the team selection? We need wins. He hasn't got a clue. Losses and draws are no good. Alex said you're going to try and throw a game. That's the lineup you go with. How can you think that's the best team? Nick said, I think Rodriguez is going to get told to rough them up for 45 minutes. He can do that if he can catch them. And Paul saying no Kante, no Earthy on the bench. That's the disappointing thing as well, isn't it? No, it's Earthy for me. We've got 2 strikers on the bench. It's very unlikely we're going to... It's very, very unlikely that we're going to do anything. Bring them both on. That's what I mean. I was just reading the chat and getting confused. Anyway, Evan saying at least Paqueta has fresh legs over the week. There is that. RC saying imagine what Magassa's feeling. Just had his best performance and not rewarded with a start. I would assume Nuno's explained it to him and just said that it's for rotation and fatigue purposes only. Whether he agrees or not, completely different thing. Major saying Wilson and Fulkrug on the bench. It's like he's thrown this game and Potts and Magassa need to keep their places. I don't know why we've got both. We don't need both. It's very unlikely we'll see both of them come on. If we need both of them, it's because we're losing, right? That's why the only set of circumstances in which we need Fulkrug and Wilson today is because we're getting beat. And if we're getting beat, it's because he's got his starting 11 wrong. Harry saying strange 11, but we're hoping to keep it 0-0 until late and bring on Wilson, Magassa, etc. It's not. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just risky. I think it's risky. Guy said, I'm glad I'm at work and I'm going to miss this match. Geezer says he thinks I'm correct with my 2-0 loss prediction. Such a negative lineup. It's sad, really, isn't it? Drain saying, I don't know what he's doing. Confidence for youngsters. You've got to keep them playing. There is an important game for under 21s on Tuesday, though, against Colchester. Which, if anyone fancies it, might do a watch along. Anyone fancy an under 21s watch along on Tuesday night? Put the game on. It's on YouTube. We'll whack it on. Hopefully, ideally, you would watch the game and listen to me and interact in the live chat. I would like to build a little under 21s community on the channel. Just subscribers that enjoy watching West Ham under 21s, and we can maybe do something. Pete says, to be fair, thinking it through, might be resting the young lads. To be 0-0 at half-time, then unleash the young players as impact subs. Devil's advocate for you. I think you're right, Pete. For what it's worth, Pete, I think you're right. I think that is his intention. I just don't like it. But I think because what you're doing is you're trying to predict. That's what you're doing. You're trying to put your opinion to one side and guess what Nuno's thinking. And I actually think you're right with what your prediction is. I agree with that. I just disagree. Anyway, I just want to say a quick thank you. Carl, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Saying Nuno acting like the clown, Blue, Leeds and Brentford, taking 2 of the most spirited players in heart and midfield, and for Rodriguez and Kilman. And also thank you to Ian as well for the £5 super chat, who's just left crossed hammers and some flags. Thank you to you 3. It does say on the thing that there's another one. I don't know. It's only come up with 2. Sorry if I'm missing someone. It says there's 3, but I've only got 2 on my thing, so apologies if I'm missing one. But thank you to you two, and thank you to everybody for the support in the watch-along for the Man U game. So there's no adverts on this stream. There should be an advert. There better bloody been an advert when you clicked on it, right? You should have got one. But once you're in it, there's no adverts as long as you don't disappear. You've got to stick around, but no adverts. Thanks to the support, thanks to the super chats. I've turned the adverts off from the start today. Mark saying, I think it's a combination of resting, but mostly focusing on testing the full squad. The Man U team set a standard. I don't think we're in a position to do that, Mark. I think if you're 10th in the table, sure, but we ain't. We need to get points. Avid said was convinced we would see Walker-Peters today to start getting minutes into his legs. Don't we lose Juve and Wan-Bissaka in less than a week? Yeah, I think they're here for the Aston Villa game. I think they'll play the Aston Villa game and then they're off. So we've got one more match out of them. Then when we play Man City, they won't be here. Harry likes the team. Fernandes doing the dirty work. Potts can't play every game. Somerville and Bowen and Paqueta causing havoc. Wing backs bombing on. I think we will win. Counter attack will be better. That's positive. What I will say about Harry's comment here, it's just, I'll be honest, it's just Rodriguez for me. If, like I said, if Potts or Magassa started instead of Rodriguez, I think I'd be happy with the team. I'd prefer a back four, but Somerville's back. We've really missed him, really missed Somerville. We should have enough in that from the offensive part of the team. Like Hardy's saying, we've got Wan-Bissaka and Juve wing back, so they've got to get high up the pitch today. We've got Somerville, Paqueta, Fernandes, Bowen. Hopefully there's enough in there, but the problem is, I think they're going to have to score at least 2 to get a point. That's the problem. It's just, I can't shake the Rodriguez thing, and I'm not keen on the back 3 thing either myself. Evan said, can't leave Kilman in the naughty corner for too long. Like Ward-Prowse, a break has done Mavropanos some good. Haim saying, considering we won the Conference League, we should be in a position that Sunderland and Villa are in. What's gone wrong? Rob says, Nuno extremely baffling. I do not see the need for the changes. They're professional players. They don't need a rest. I think Crystal Palace players need a rest, right? Playing, it's one midweek game. And I know they've had an extra day's rest, but I'm not so sure. Main character saying we'll have to cook in this match. Marky saying, why are people sticking up for Nuno? Who's made yet another crazy decision. We aren't in the position to not play our strongest team. I think some of those sticking up for Nuno, I think just have a different opinion to you and I, Mark. That's okay. You're allowed to have different opinions. I think it's normal. James saying he's looking forward to Somerville. I've got 1 goal and 1 assist in 2 seasons performance today. Oi! Not wrong, but it doesn't also tell the whole story. He's been injured for most of it. Hammer said we're going to play a low block, which helps Rodriguez. Thought he played well when I've seen him this season, but very difficult to understand the team unless fitness/knocks are an issue. Freedom saying Nuno knows, guys, saying I don't understand this lineup. We need the best midfield to have a chance of a win. Bear saying Magassa ain't tired. We don't know, I guess. I'd be surprised if he was. I mean, I'm betting he was knackered Thursday night, but... Number 6, the party was this weekend. Yeah, it was yesterday. It's gone okay. I've just been tidying up all morning. That's why I didn't do a video today, because the house was a mess. People came in the mornings, people came in the afternoon, and people came in the evening. So it ended up being a long day. But it's over and done with now, thankfully. Aaron said, I don't mind the back 3 against Brighton. If Rodriguez can have a good game, this might go well for us. Just worrying there's so much pressure for Rodriguez to be good for it to work. I agree. There is a lot of pressure on Rodriguez working in order for this to work. I completely agree with what you're saying there, Aaron. Adrian saying, if Magassa or Potts are fatigued, our strength and conditioning team need sacking. Do we have one? God knows. Anyway, right, let me just... Fortunes Down Under said, done my YouTube recap this morning. How much chat is my top watch channel? After the amount of hours I've watched, I should be paying a TV license to you. Well, you can. It's called Patreon. But thank you. And thank you to other people. I've had quite a few messages over the last few days from people emails and whatever from people screenshotting their YouTube recap, and Hammers Chat's like their #1 channel, and it shows that they've watched like a 3-figure amount of videos in 2025. So thank you to Fortunes Down Under, and thank you to everyone else as well. Honestly, I don't know why. I think it's since everything that's happened in the last couple of weeks. I just feel a bit more choked up's too far. I'm not greeting, but surprised by the support, if you like. But a massive thank you to everybody for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Right, I'm going to have a little look at the Brighton team, and then I'll turn back to the live chat as well. Let me just get the Brighton thing up on my screen here. Right. Verbruggen is in goal as always. They've got Duncan Van Heck at centre back, Kaggioglu at left back, and Weaver at right back. In midfield, it looks like they've got Baliba and Gomez. I'd imagine Gomez is dropping back in alongside Baliba because Rutter is back in that number 10 role. Minte on the right, De Coopier on the left, and Danny Welbeck up front. That's the Brighton team. And for anyone interested, let me just read out the bench really quickly for them. They've got Steele, Gruda, Hinshelwood, Kostulas, Boscalgi, Veltman, Coppola, Knight, and O'Reilly. I do not know who O'Reilly is. Anyway, that's the Brighton team. Bloody good team, isn't it? Absolutely bloody good team. Hammers Chat is Jones #1. I like that. Leon, Hammers Chat's been his #1 for a while. You're good. You're good. I like you. Major, am I streaming from a new house? Yeah, that's why I've got nothing behind me anymore. That's why it's just a plain white wall at the moment. The other wall's pink. That wall's got a window which has robins on the curtain pole. Not that anyone cares or they're interested, but the curtain pole's got robins on it. The curtain poles came with the house, as did the pink wall. Anyway, I just whacked in a nail last week after the news of Billy Bonds, but I didn't have a hammer because it was in the rented house, so I had to use an Allen key to hammer it into the wall. But I got it up, but I dare move the shirt in case the nail falls out and whatever. So anyway, speaking of Billy Bonds, would you like the chance to win a Billy Bonds canvas? And it's free. It's completely free to enter. Let me just get it up on the screen here. So there you go. You can have a Billy Bonds canvas, which is by Canning Town Len. The link is in the description below, or you can go to canningtownlen.com/win. And all you have to do is submit your first name, your surname, your email address, and then you're in the draw. That's all you have to do. It's completely free. It's not a raffle like we do at Hammers Chat where we make you pay for entry. It's free to enter on Canning Town Len's website, and someone will win a Billy Bonds canvas, not a print. So their canvases are about 50 quid. So someone's getting one of them for free, and the winner is selected tomorrow. So make sure you enter today if you want to get your name in the hat. Right then. Please get your comments into the live chat. I'm turning back to the live chat now. Hammer GR says, think we could see a Moyes-esque approach today. Sit back, absorb pressure for the first hour, then make our moves in the last half hour. Wilson and Potts for Kilman and Rodriguez at 60 minutes. I think if you were going to do that, I don't think you're wrong, by the way, but I think if you were going to do that, I think you could, or maybe should, not start Somerville. I think you'd almost be better off starting maybe Earthy or something, and then keeping Somerville on the bench. So that last half hour, you've got pace. My worry is that we're going to bring on Potts and Wilson, but we're also going to remove Somerville because he's maybe not quite 100%. So when you put the striker on, you're also taking off the guy that might supply the striker, or at the very least get us up the pitch as well. So I don't know. Nick, how annoying is it to see Everton up in 5th? Not long before they be careful what you wish for. Brigade will be out in force. They will be out, and they'll feel justified because Everton's in 5th. I just don't think it tells the whole story. You know, David Moyes at the minute has Irvine with him at Everton. When we didn't have Irvine, we struggled. There's a clear dip in results from Irvine leaving the club at West Ham United. So I don't think it tells the whole story, but it doesn't. How annoying is it? I'm not annoyed. It doesn't bother me. I've got nothing against Moyes, so if I see him doing well, I'm not bothered. But also, if I see him struggling, I'm not bothered. I don't hope he struggles, but I'm not that bothered if he has success. Does that make sense? Honestly, I'm not arsed at all. I'm really not bothered whatsoever. Best of luck to him. I think I can look back now at his time here and enjoy what I would consider a very successful tenure at West Ham. How we've dealt with Moyes leaving has been an absolute shambles, and I think emotionally, that's where I am. I'm angry at how we dealt with moving on from David Moyes. That's where my emotion lies. It's not. I've got nice things about David Moyes' time at West Ham, and that's it. There was some crap results and stuff. I'm willing to delete them now because we won the Conference League. We had 3 seasons in European football. I'm enjoying that. So he's doing well at Everton. Good for him. Happy days. Right then, Troz saying maybe he will keep it tight to get to the hour mark and bringing on subs Moyes style. I'd imagine that is what he's going to try and do. Pierre saying, why did Irvine leave? Location. I believe he left due to location, and I could get this next bit wrong, so part of me is tempted not to say it in case it's wrong, but I'll put my disclaimer in here. Don't take this as gospel. I think there might have been a reason he had to go back, I think it was related to health, and it may not be his health. I think it might have been a family member wasn't well or something like that, so he had to go back closer to home, and therefore he needed to get away from London and get halfway up the country. Obviously now he's at Everton, he can stay where he is, kind of thing. So I think that's why he left. I could be wrong, but I think it was just... And I think the proof is in the pudding, which is, if it was that he left because of Moyes, then he wouldn't be at Everton, would he? If they'd fallen out, he wouldn't be at Everton. So I think the fact he is now at Everton with Moyes suggests that those reasons were true and genuine. That's how I see it. I don't think there's a conspiracy or anything like that. I think it's just... Yeah. Anyway, right, let's see what we're saying in the live chat. Hasib saying Palace won't kill me and we want Mateta. I've seen both those transfer rumours. I'm going to have to do a transfer rumour show this week. Simon saying, I remember that Wolves fan you spoke to say Nuno's team selection is sometimes baffling. He's not wrong. Nick saying, I meant annoyed as in the position we find ourselves in a hangover. Well, yes, I'm annoyed at West Ham. Yeah, sorry, I misunderstood, Nick. Yeah, I'm annoyed at where we are because of how wrong we've got it. That's... Leroy saying, is it really the player positions? I'm looking at the graphic now quickly. I think the formation's right. I think it's just up to you to decide whether you think Paqueta or Fernandes is next to Rodriguez. Maybe both of them will be, and some of them will be up front alongside Bowen. Maybe Paqueta will be the false 9 with Bowen and Somerville either side. I don't know. What do you think? What does anyone think, actually, in the live chat? What do you think he's going to do? Who is the striker? What I think it's going to be Fernandes next to Rodriguez and Paqueta and Somerville just behind Jared Bowen. Maybe actually Paqueta as a false 9 and Bowen to the right. I don't know. Something like that. I think Fernandes will be the central midfielder though. Sofiane saying the manager's baffled him with that lineup. I don't think I can wrap my head around it. Kieran saying, how is Rodriguez with no minutes for ages expected to come in and be great? See, that's the thing. Yeah, that's my thing. Doesn't make any sense at all according to Kieran. Any of our other midfielders would make more sense. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm confused with. He just doesn't... He's not been bringing him off the bench at all. Sophie and saying we're stuck with him, but he's not done enough to convince me. And if we lose, it's proving my point. He might not keep us up. Banana saying, where's Gonzo? Well, he was going to go to the game. He's had all sorts of logistical issues, and now he can't go to the game. So basically, his old man was going to Gonzo's house so that Gonzo could go to the game. He's got stuck in traffic, so there's no time for Gonzo to go to the match. But he's travelled up from Dorset to Gonzo's house, so now Gonzo's taking him to the pub for lunch because he's made the journey anyway. He's just not needed anymore. Brian saying, how do you find out how many Hams chat? Brian, if you go on YouTube app on your phone and go to the bottom right one, I think it's like my profile or something. It's there. It's like a YouTube. It's called YouTube Recap, and you click on that. It's a bit like they're copying Spotify, and it shows you like your top 5 channels that you've watched for the year. And because if Hamish Chat's number 1, I don't know if it does it for all, but if Hamish Chat's number 1, it tells you how many videos you've watched for the year. Lovedo thinks it's 3-5-2. Who do you think's up front then? Somerville and Bowen, or Paqueta and Somerville? I assume one would be Somerville, unless he's playing. Someone just said maybe Kilman left back and Juve left wing, and try and play Kilman at left back, head African Cup of Nations. I can't see it myself, but what's interesting is everybody's unsure. GP saying either Potts or Magassa could have played instead of Rodriguez. What is to be gained by playing a slow midfielder? Bob's just seen the team, and he's also said Jesus Christ. Shane doesn't think it's a team. He said, what is that team? This guy can't be real. Colin saying, does Nuno realise our next 2 games are Villa and City? Well, that's just it, isn't it? The 2 games after this is the 2 most informed teams in the Premier League. So it feels a bit like you don't get something today. We're gonna be sat here waiting for a few weeks until we get some points. We do have a nice run coming up. Unfortunately, we don't have Wan-Bissaka and Juve for the run, but you want to go into that with a little bit of form and a little bit of something behind you. As Wike said, I reckon it's 5-3-1-1. Bowen up front, Somerville just behind him, and then Paqueta, Rodriguez and Fernandez. Could be interesting. I mean, interesting is the kind way of putting it, yeah. Guap said, is Nuno looking to get us relegated and get his payoff? To say I'm pissed off and angry is an understatement. It is a joke. Chris has just seen the lineup. He's starting to feel like self-sabotage from Nuno. This is horrendous, that Nottingham Forest phrase. Luke saying he was top 2% of viewers for Hamish Chat. I like you, Luke. Thank you very much. But seriously, thank you. Clayton saying, I haven't seen anything from Santo to say he has a strategy that will get us a result. To sit back and soak up pressure ain't going to work if his strategy is to bring on game changers and pace. That's just a worry. And also, we don't have pace. We've got no pace on the bench. Fulkrug, Wilson, that's no pace. Souček, Irving. There's no pace. The pace, there's only one player, Somerville, and he's on the pitch. There's no one else really that I would consider to be quick. Guilherme, but he's gone. He's just not being picked for some reason. Shane said, I wouldn't be surprised we're 3-0 down at half time. Hope he pulls off a masterclass. It will be a bloody masterclass as well. Danny had a dream last night, and it was 3-2 to Brighton. Yeah, but did Rodriguez start in your dream? Because if not, then it means your dream's invalid. And also, 3-2's kind. Hasib saying Santo's in Santo. Brilliant. I like that one. I might steal it. I won't steal it, but I like it. DiCanio saying we've lost 1 in 5. Why are so people negative? Probably because Rodriguez is starting and we're in the bottom 3 and Rodriguez is starting. Zanu saying the channel was his most watched, 328 videos. That's some serious commitment. That's just short of 1 video a day, Zanussi. Simon watched 522. Bloody hell. You listen to me. You see me more than Mrs. Gio does, Simon. I think I'm a bit worried about some of you getting these figures. You might look at that and think, oh, I need to just like stop watching so much Hamish Chat. Please don't do that. Brandon saying we could have gone with Guilherme, Earthy and Kante on the bench. Plenty of pace. Yeah, I don't know why. Earthy in particular. Don't know why. And I know Tuesday night there's a big game for the 21s. But you can't tell me Earthy can't play 20 minutes today and then 90 minutes on Tuesday. Of course he can. Of course he can. And you should be prioritising even if, let's just say, hypothetically, if George Earthy was on the bench today, he can't play on Tuesday night, right? You should be prioritising. That's the priority. The first team is the priority. I know the under-21s have an important game. I'm looking forward to it. I hope they win. I really do. I'm looking forward to that game. I'm looking forward to that game more than this game. But this one has to be the priority. You've got to pick... You pick the players that you need today, and if that includes some of the under-21s, like Myers is on the bench, then so be it. If it rules them out of Tuesday, which it shouldn't, but if it does, so be it. Tough. This match is the priority, the absolute priority, in my opinion. Gary's... I always say Gary, and it doesn't say Gary. Hartman saying, Hamish Chat was my number 1 channel for the year with a forum number 2. Damn, you're committed. Joe saying, has Potts got an injury, or is he and Mads been dropped for being good with talent while petulant Picasso gets a run? I don't know. I'm sure he's been asked, and I'm sure he'll give an answer. I'd imagine his answer will be it's fatigue. Rancid saying, I'm more worried about this game than Liverpool and Man U. That being said, we can get something out of this if we really give it a go. We need something. I mean, even if we only draw, we're still 2 points behind Leeds and Nottingham Forest. By the way, we need to discuss Nottingham Forest. I mean, this is going to take some beating from Jim. Hamish Chat in the top five. Hamish Chat was my number 1. Top 3% of apparently 1,800 channels. So Jim has watched 1,800 YouTube channels this year, and Hamish Chat was his number 1. What an absolute privilege that is, Jim. Thank you so much. That's a massive compliment. Can't thank you enough. Well, before you start saying, well, send me the signed Billy Bones shirt, there's only so much I'm willing to thank you. Verbally, I can't thank you enough. There you go. Anyway, right then. Can we talk about Nottingham Forest? I'm hoping the table loads up in a second. But Nottingham Forest are currently 3 points ahead of us. Just got hiding from Everton yesterday. And I think for the last few weeks, and I've been saying this as well, it's not just some of you, it's me and some of you. A lot of us still have been saying, Nottingham Forest will be fine. Their team's too good. And obviously Dyche has gone in there. But if we remove emotion and we look at the league table and we look at Nottingham Forest, the reality is if we all agree we're pretty crap, we're only 3 points behind Nottingham Forest, right? Are they in a relegation battle? I think a lot of people have been discussing us and Leeds. It's Burnley, Wolves plus one of us two. I don't know. I think Nottingham Forest needs to be in this conversation now. I've seen a lot of complaints from Nottingham Forest fans regarding the last couple of performances they've had, scraping a win against Wolves, getting a hiding against Everton. They've got a lot of injuries, don't get me wrong. There's rumours are Chris Wood is out for a year, like another 12 months. Apparently his injury's like serious, and they don't really know what it is, because there was some talk that he was back training on the grass by himself. But then I've seen Nottingham Forest fans today talking that he's out for like the next 12 months, which would, well, rule him out for the season, obviously. But anyway, it just feels like Forest will be all right, but then they're only 3 points ahead of us. I just wondered what your thoughts were, so if you don't mind, just put them in the chat. Alpha, Hamish Chat's number 1 of 4,258 channels. Bloody hell. Griffey had Hamish Chat 5th. 5th? Boo! That's Europa League unless something goes well and we get that additional Champions League spot. But he also watched 5,300... 5,000 channels! How would you have time for 5,000? 5,000 channels! What are you watching? You must just be watching YouTube shorts, right? You cannot be watching like 10, 15-minute videos. You can't be. Not 5,000 of them. That is a lot. That is a lot. Brandon, what's the thoughts on the bonkers comments from Sal? I mean, that's what... The irony is he's saying, oh, I'm being chucked under the bus. He's chucking Arne Slot under the bus, isn't he? But I quite like it when footballers are honest. I quite like it. It does feel like a bit of a tantrum. Well, it is a tantrum, isn't it? He's just been dropped and not seen the pitch. But That's his truth. I will always, I think sometimes players say too much, but I will always prefer players just being honest. I get bored and tired of when they just trot out the same old cliches, and it's almost like they refuse to show you their personality, and I dislike that. I much prefer when a player is honest, it's raw, it's their honest opinions, their real emotions and feelings. I much prefer that. So actually, when I seen what Salah said, it's kind of refreshing. It's obviously not good if you're a Liverpool fan, because it feels like you've now got to choose between Salah and Slot, and that's going to be a tricky one. But I think it's difficult for Slot, because I think a lot of people will choose Salah, especially when you look at what's going on this season as well. Anyway, right. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me get back to the live chat. Chippy saying teams sometimes have moments where everything clicks, but it isn't sustainable, and it can't be turned into a formula. A team drops off. This happened to us under Moyes, Leicester post-title. Doug, Hammers chat first out of 3,500 videos. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to stop clicking on your comments like this, because I'm starting to feel good. I feel good in 2025. I'm not allowed. Brian, what do you hate more, this lineup or bin juice? Becky's show had him laughing. I hate bin juice more. It's disgusting, isn't it? Blue. It does make you feel a bit queasy. Tobias said, Hammers chat was first, followed up with the forum channel out of 600 or 700 different channels. Harvey, we had Hammers chat was third out of 1,800 channels. I'll let you off since it's 1,800. I'll let you off. As Jordan said, if you do click the thumbs up, not the heart. The heart in the live chat ain't the like. I don't know what that is. It doesn't really do anything. I don't even see it. Pablo, Hammers chat number 1, top 3% out of 2,300 channels. Number 2 is a forum, top 7%. Damn. Some of you are nice. Some of you are too nice. Appreciate you. Big Lee watched 2,000 channels. Hammers chat number 1. Hammers chat forum number 2. Ryan, I do have your email. You will get the canvas, but you're just going to have to be patient, because I've still got I've got a load of boxes to unpack. Everything's everywhere. I just put my bookcase together today, and I've lost the screws. Oh, Matt, you're my favourite. Hammers chat 1, forum 2, and Tartan Geo number 3. What a boy! Matt, what a boy! What a boy! If I wasn't Scottish, if I was a bit more generous, I'd send you a book from the bookcase I put together earlier that I don't have the screws for. I took all the bits out the bookcase. It splits in two, right? IKEA's finest. Splits in two. And there was these white pins. And then there was the pins for the shelves, and there was these two little black things for the back of the bookcase. So anyway, I was convinced to put them all together in a little pot. Went to the pot today. The black bits are there. The shelf bits are there. The white pins are gone. I say gone. I've obviously not put them there. I've lost them. So now the top and the bottom, they're kind of attached, but they're also not screwed in. So I'm a bit nervous. So Grace is permanently banned from here, so she doesn't just push it, and you just know what's going to happen, don't you? The whole house is going to get ruined. It's going to fall through the floor. Bang. Anyway, right. No one's tuned in to hear about the bookcase, or everyone no one tuned in to hear other people talk about the YouTube recap. But Mark saying both Hammers Chat top 2, Tartan Geo third. God, people watching Hammers Chat stuff. Rob saying you can go to IKEA and get parts. It's over an hour away, and I don't drive. There you go. There's maybe something that some of you didn't know. I don't drive. Word saying I was the very first person to watch your first ever video. What, on here? Back in 2015 or something. Sebastian's been peeping into the windows when I've been recording. Do you like the robins on the curtain pole? Can you see them, Sebastian? And the new pink wall I've got in my office as well. Do you see that as well? Do you like them? Someone said they were going to put me on the spot, and I've lost it. But let me try and find it, because I like people put me on the spot. I don't mind answering them. Here we go. Johnny. Well, let's see it. Putting you on the spot, choose one. West Ham to stay up or Scotland to win the World Cup? Oh, Scotland to win the World Cup, yeah. Listen, Hammers chat to one side, okay? Because I am biased due to Hammers chat, right? If this wasn't my job, so forget that I'm doing videos, so I'm just someone that doesn't have a YouTube channel. I'm not arsed about relegation that much. Some of my favourite times supporting West Ham have been in the Championship. And there's no VAR down there, which makes it more enjoyable for a start as you're watching games. But honestly, relegation, I think it would be bad for the club. I think it would be terrible for the board. I think it would be terrible for the stadium. But I'm not, as a West Ham fan, I've never been terrified of it. I think... yeah, but because I do this as a job, I'm shitting myself. I'm absolutely shitting myself because, well, we don't know what will happen, do we? There you go. So that would be that's my biggest worry. But anyway, in terms of that, West Ham to say up with Scotland winning the World Cup. Oh, definitely Scotland winning the World Cup, 100%, because I know a lot of you watching this, you are club over country. I get it, you don't have to explain it. I just know a lot of you are. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm country over club. I'm equal. I love Scotland as much as I love West Ham, and I love West Ham as much as I love Scotland. So, you know, I took a lot of pride in seeing us get to the World Cup. And I know people will laugh and joke and say, you've not done anything. All you've done is qualify. Pathetic. I don't really care. Its success is relevant, isn't it? So Scotland success is just getting to the World Cup. And also the way we done it against Denmark, my word. I was emotionally drained, but then I was buzzing for days off the back of it. Days. And all we did was qualify for a tournament that we're likely to get knocked out in at the group stages. So, yeah. Johnny, there's absolutely no contest from those two options. I think there's more difficult ones you could give me than that. I get why you've done it, but yeah. Hopefully no one's unsubscribed off the back of it. But just like if it was the other way around, if it was England, West Ham staying up at England win the World Cup, I'd imagine everybody would pick England win the World Cup, surely. It's winning the World Cup. It's pinnacle of football, isn't it? Maybe not. That's just me. Eclipse has said, I'd rather... no, that's someone else. Saying, Hammers Chat, love your content, match reviews. I love a good result today. Nuno's got a good record against... I assume you mean Brighton? Nuno's got a good record against Nuno. I assume you mean Nuno's got a good record against Brighton. To be fair, that's what the Brighton fan said to me. He said Nuno's got a good record against them, and so does Callum Wilson, but I never went and looked. I forgot. I was going to, but I forgot. If anyone's arsed, let me know, and I will go quickly look for you and let you know how Nuno has got on against Brighton, how Callum Wilson has gone on against Brighton. Robert saying Scotland get out of the group is a win. Scotland getting a win is a win. I've got a little bit hopeful that we can maybe get 4 points out of the group and get into the knockout stages for the first time ever. Paul saying it's controversial, but he gets it. Yeah, I don't think it's that controversial, surely. Tommy saying, I wonder if Potter would have got 4 points from Brentford and Leeds, lost to Newcastle. And Burnley would be on a similar point. No, I'm not sure Potter would have won another bloody game, to be honest with you. Paul thinks he agrees with me about relegation. No VAR, 46 matches, most are on TV as long as you're in top two, but hopefully, yeah, I'd rather stay up, obviously, but I just don't fear it. I've enjoyed it in the past. Jamie, can we do a video about the World Cup explaining the mental format, or kindly explain during the dead time during the game? I don't know enough about it, honestly. I tried to read about how they were doing the draw for the groups, and it just blew my head. I mean, half of it was done before they'd even start the draw. Keeping all the big ones apart, and then it's just... I was already saying I'm old school. It's not really an old school thing, but I'm more of a... Just chuck everything. Just chuck all the countries into one massive pot and just pick them out. 4. This is Group A. And whoever it is. And if you end up with Brazil, Argentina, England, France in the same group, so be it, right? Just chuck them all in. I don't like keeping everything apart and everyone apart and stuff like that, because usually you end up with, you can predict most of the teams that are going to go through to the knockouts now, don't you? It's so, it just feels like there's a lack of entertainment, there's a lack of excitement, and I think it's because the group stage, it's not dead, but there's a firm favourite to win every group, right? Get rid of that. Chuck them all in the hat. Same with like the FA Cup and stuff, keeping certain teams apart and stuff. I hate, well, not so much the FA Cup, but like the Champions League, Europa League. Oh, scrap that bollocks. All of them in a pot and whip them out, and you get who you get. And if you end up with you're playing someone from the same country in the draw, tough. So be it. Get on with it. Sometimes they're the best games, aren't they? Anyway. Don't know why I'm ranting. Sam said it's rigged anyways. I agree, Sam. I'm not for it. Just chuck them all in and just whip them all out. That's what I say. Avid said, hard agree. Give me chaos in a tournament like the World Cup. That's what everyone wants. Yeah, everything. All the draws. All the draws. Whip them all in. Robert saying you have to reward a team for doing well in qualifying. I don't think you do, because the reason I don't think you do is because that team that's done well, usually they've had an advantage in qualifying because it's done by seeding. So when they when they get the qualifying group, let's just take France, because I don't want to come across as anti-English, right? So the French, they're kept apart from the big hitters like England and Germany and Spain because of their seeding. So straight away, the hardest country they're going to get is already down to like the Czechia or Norway. That's the hardest country they can get. So you do well in qualifying, sure, but even that's got, I don't want to say rigged, but you know what I mean? It favours the big countries at the start. So from the qualifying, it favours the big countries. Then you get to the World Cup and it favours the big countries. And it's not just the World Cup, it's the Champions League as well. It favours the best teams in there. I just chuck them all in. That's what I say. Chuck them all in. If you've qualified, I think you deserve the same chance as everyone else. It doesn't matter how you've got there, but if you've got there, it's even playing field for me. Whack all the balls in the bowl. That's it. Rude said, just got here what we're whipping out. Well, nothing at the minute. Nuno's whipping out a ridiculous lineup, but apart from that, I just don't know. Anyway, right. Hasib saying international football's boring. Depends who you support. Being Scottish, it is not boring. Pierre saying World Cup draw, need to have 4 seeded groups, but then luck of the draw. If certain teams would be kept apart, so they meet in the final, it's rigging. Yeah, it's just, I kind of get what they're doing, which is the whole reward them for being good, but then, don't know, they're already good. Do they need a helping hand? Do they need rewarded? It's not for me. I do agree to some extent, like when you were, like the old school Europa League thing is, you win your group, you skip the next round and you go into the last 16 straight away, the quarterfinals. I agree with that, but anyway. Yes, let's do one. I forgot, let's do one. I'm just sat here chatting away. I've got comfortable just chatting away. Yeah, let's do a bet. What we're saying? What's everyone wanting? Everyone's already entered. If you've just commented in the live chat, you're already entered. There won't be any phrase that pays. But what we're fancying for the bet today? And while people are putting in the recommendations, I'll answer Luke, who is from West Ham World. I still call them the Three Hammers. That's what they were originally called. Good YouTube channel. If you haven't already subscribed to West Ham World, do consider doing it. It's free. West Ham content. Good lads that do it as well. And they've been doing it for years. Go give them a subscribe and check out a couple of their videos. And what I will say, Luke, is present is Scott McTominay. I absolutely love him. And past, I don't really have one. It's hard to not be biased to some extent because I've obviously taken like a liking to Christian Daly. He scored that goal against Ipswich though, didn't he? But it's not necessarily because of what he'd done for Scotland, if you know what I mean. But I don't really have a favourite Scotland player past. I think it's probably because we've been crap. Bear in mind, the last time we were at the World Cup was in 1998. I was at primary school. I don't remember watching Scotland at primary school, so I've never really had a player to attach to. But at the minute, it's definitely Scott McTominay. Right, live chat. Let's see what you're all saying. Kilman to get a booking, Bowen to score, Paqueta getting a red card. We're not going to put that in. Quite a few people saying Paqueta red card. I'm not putting that in because that's a big ask. Kilman to win a header. You can't be doing stuff like that. Potts and McGass on at half-time. I can't bet on that, right? Stephen said Welbeck hat-trick. I mean, I don't fancy doing that. Somerville goal, Paqueta yellow. Right, everyone's saying Paqueta yellow. Both teams to score, says Matty. Yeah, I don't mind a bit of that. I think a lot of people are predicting, right, so Paqueta card. Oh my word, these odds are rubbish. Bookies are taking no chances on Lucas Paqueta getting booked, are they? I don't think he'll get booked today, personally. I think they'll be too scared to book him. I think he's put the spotlight on referees a little bit by calling them out, by saying, oh, you're picking on me kind of thing. So, and I know Frank McAvenny, by the way, I know people are saying, why, like, not saying Frank McAvenny should be my favourite Scottish player from the past. I've never seen him play. I've never, ever seen him play. I find it difficult to attach myself to players I've never seen play. Does that make sense? So I just don't have a... I don't know. David saying my son is at the game in the Brighton end. Keep quiet, Tom. Good lad. Go on, Tom. Enjoy it. Hope you enjoy it. Right, a lot of people are saying Bowen. So let's put him to score. Paqueta card. Both teams to score. The odds are pretty rubbish. We need someone else. What else can we do? Juve to get an assist. It feels quite unlikely. Daniel saying Rodriguez has received a few cards. It's difficult. I want a serious bet. I want to. Everyone's saying Somerville assist. Right, I'll do it. The live chat one tip, and if it happens, I'll feel bad. Somerville assist. £230. Right, £230. If this happens, which I'll be honest with you, I'm not too sure it will, but I'm going with what a lot of people are saying in the live chat. Bowen to score, Paqueta card, both teams to score, and Somerville assist. If that wins, someone wins £230. Like I said, I remain unconvinced, but I've gone with what I think a lot of people wanted to see in the live chat. Anyway, you're all entered. If you've commented in the live chat, you've already entered. We're 10 minutes away from kickoff at the Amex Stadium. Thank you very much for everyone that's watching. I do appreciate it. Over 1,000 of you watching, which is just incredible. Thank you so much. Please do drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to Hammers Chat as well. And keep your comments coming into the live chat. I'll be doing the commentary from the game. I'll be telling you what's happening at the Amex Stadium throughout the 90 minutes. And I'll be live with my review straight after game. But fingers crossed we can win. I said 2-0 Brighton in the preview. I'm going to stick with that after seeing the lineup. I remain disappointed with the inclusion of Rodriguez, but I do hope that when we do the review, I'm sat here talking about how fantastic Rodriguez was and it's a man-of-match performance. But this type of lineup, I think Nuno's either a genius or he's at fault if we don't win. I think that's it for me. Paulsy saying hard to be confident, but if they all work together, you never know. That's one thing I will say about the game against Man U. I think all 11 players gave 100% on the pitch. Every single one of them gave everything. So I've got no doubt that the players will be up for it. It's just I'm worried that we're going to struggle to get forward. Somerville will make a big difference, though. I think he's got what we've been lacking in the last couple of games. I think we've missed him. And James is right in the sense that goals and assists the numbers aren't there. But I do think he's the one player that can get the ball and travel 20, 30 yards with it and draw fouls from players as well. So hopefully he can do that today and get something out of it. I think a draw in isolation, I think a draw is a good result. And I think it will be a bit of a relief considering what we're doing in terms of the starting 11. But the reality is we're going to have to get points on the board and we need some surprise wins from somewhere. And with Villa next, followed by Man City, I can't see it in any of those games. So today, whilst it's unlikely, a win would be incredible today. To put us equal points with Leeds and Nottingham Forest. And I appreciate we are talking about just being slightly less crap than we are. I think that would give us a boost, though. 15 points after 15 games, level on points with Forest and Leeds. It would feel like, right, there's a fight here. We're up for it. Let's have it. And that's what we need today. Unfortunately, I just don't see it. We'll have to have we'll just have to hope. Avid saying, can't watch the game, and this, so I'm off. Oh, cheers, Avid. Thanks for that. But he's going to be back for the review after. Hope you're enjoying it. Marky's been watching it in the ground and in the pub. Too close to kick-off. Oh, Marky, thank you. You don't have to tune in when you were at the ground. That's very, very kind of you. Morris, I run a wedding photography business. How much would it be to sponsor? And you can email us if you want, hammerschat@gmail.com. We can have a chat. It depends how many videos you take and what videos you want, so on and so forth. But I like to think we're cheap compared to other channels. Michael saying it's certainly interesting trying to predict Nuno's selections. When we were in Europe, we could play the same twice a week. Why not today after the Man U result? Does Rodriguez really help? Yeah, I completely agree. Darren saying it's an awful team selection. He's pissed off. Clayton saying we had a good lineup with Wilson up front and Somerville on the wing and Potts in midfield. Why change it now? Charles saying we never defend properly with the back three. Yeah, I'm not sure about the back three either. Roger saying we're cheap and desperate. We are. We are cheap and desperate. Not that desperate. We turned down a lot of brand deals. Not because of the money, just because we don't like who's got in touch. And when we did a brand deal, the one brand deal that made me sad, it was a year ago, and I remember it because we were in the hospital at the time. And they got in touch. I can't remember what the company was called now. It was similar to Football Index. So I was a bit unsure. So I mentioned Gonzo. So I joined up and then I spoke to people that have used it and stuff like that. I did like a week of research whilst in the hospital, as and when I could, speaking to people about the company because I was a bit worried it was going to be a bit like Football Index. So we did what we considered to be our due diligence on it. So we were comfortable that it wasn't going to happen. But the reason we went with it was one of the founders was someone that got burnt by Football Index. I thought, right, well, surely he's not going to make the same mistakes. So we promoted it, and there was a lot of criticism from subscribers because of the Football Index similarities. So we got rid of the sponsor. We broke the contract. And so we gave up quite a bit of money to not sponsor them any longer. And not one person said, oh, it was good you done that. Like literally nobody. So I was a bit sad because I felt like we listened to feedback, got rid of it, and not one person who had complained acknowledged that we ditched the sponsor. So it felt like we were hundreds of pounds out of pocket because we wanted to not upset subscribers, but then not one person sort of acknowledged it. Does that make sense? That was the only time I've really been a bit sad about a brand deal. Anyway, Eric hasn't been commenting because he's driving. So I guess here it is. This is my comment. I hope the bet wins. You're included, Eric. You're included. Gary saying how many minutes before we start effing and jeffing? Only when Brighton score. But I'm not sure I get that angry. I think I tend to... Well, it depends, really. I kind of get a bit wound up watching West Ham. I won't lie. Bruno saying Guilherme dropped as doesn't fit the low and mid-block system. He's done all right, though, I think. I think when he came on, he was okay. Charlie's saying most of us surprised and disappointed, but we are not aware of the full facts, of course. Yeah, exactly that. But you're allowed to have an opinion without knowing the full facts, in my opinion. Sean's very worried. Is Nuno brave or stupid? Both. Depends if we win. If we win, brave. If we get beat, stupid. Both for now. Daniel wasn't watching at the time, but it sounds like the right thing. We do our best. We do our best. Harry watched the 1976 Cup Winners' Cup semi-final second leg against Frankfurt. What a pitch. Dean saying the conditions might suit our atrocious football today. They're at Craven Cottage at the minute. Let me comment in a minute once I can see the thing. DJ saying he's making a Christmas tree formation. Oh, don't talk about Christmas trees. Mrs. G is away to get ours today. It's at her granda's because in the rented accommodation we didn't have storage. She's away pick it up this afternoon. I think I'm going to have to put it up after the Fulham Palace game, which by the way is a very underwhelming 4:30 game on a Sunday, isn't it? No disrespect to Fulham or Palace, but it's hardly exciting. I was really looking forward to the Villa Arsenal game and I enjoyed it, and I was looking forward to the Leeds Liverpool game and I kind of enjoyed it. The reason I didn't is because Leeds got a point, but good games of football. Fulham Palace, I don't know, it just feels like 1-0. It feels like it's got 1-0 written all over it. Wonderful said, it's a great job getting rid of those football index wannabes. They were all right to work with, by the way. I've not got a complaint about them. Like I said, I think we did our research and we felt comfortable that no one's going to get ripped off, but we listened to the complaints. Pigs found this channel at the start of the season, and I'm glad I did. Well, I'm glad you did as well. Thank you very much for sticking around. Alex has said, that's not Alex, this is Alex. Keep it tight until second half and send the troops on. Mapper said with Slate Nuno, but this isn't his team. He needs his players. Yeah, but I think you can maybe do more with your players, I guess. But he's saying you never know, the Fulham Palace game might be an 8-goal threat. Hopefully, I mean, Fulham Man City was 5-4. I didn't watch the Fulham Man City game because I thought it was boring. Ryan, that's it. It was Stocks FC. You're right. I didn't watch. I said on the Chart and Geo video, but I'll say it here. I tend not to opt for Man City games. I find them quite boring. So when there's an alternative game on, I tend to watch it. But 5-4. I mean, saying that, when it was 5-1, Man City, I thought I made the right decision not to watch that. Mappers, it's his mum's 55th. Can she get a shout out? Happy birthday, Mrs. Mappers. Hope you have a lovely day, and I hope Mappers has treated you. Anyway, kick-off not far away. At the Amex Stadium, it's quite misty. Has there been fireworks or is it just foggy? It is really wet though. The rain is coming down heavily at the Amex Stadium. It's just reminding me of the lineups. Alright, come on West Ham. We need something. We need a win really, don't we? Brad senses a thrashing today. Another crap Nuno team. Charles is saying it's foggy. It is foggy. Hopefully, Bowen can see the ball getting launched at him from Areola. Hoof ball through the fog. Right, an hour till kick-off. A minute till kick-off, real time, maybe 90 seconds, because I'm watching it on the iPad, because I still do not have a television. I have discovered we've got a Sky Dish on the property, though. Remember last time, a couple of weeks ago? I said I don't know if there is one. There is one. I went and looked. I do not have the cable in the room, though, but I might try and do that for next season. Forward, I've got no snacks. I've got some Highland Spring. That's it. Because someone during the Liverpool game put a super chat in and said get Highland Spring because I'd switched to the cheaper stuff to save some money. And I'm a man of my word. And because he said this is for Highland Spring, I went and purchased Highland Spring. And I can't remember his name, but I hope he's watching. I got the stuff. And it's much better than the cheaper stuff. There is a big difference between the flavours of water, although they're all just normal water. Do you know what I mean? probably. Right, anyway, here we go. Kick-off not far away. Daniel saying, I don't think we need a win. We're in the middle of a really hard fixture run. This season's long and we'll have better fixtures that will contain our muscle. I get what you're saying. I agree. I think it's more just for keeping everyone calm. I think a draw in isolation, that's what I said about Man U. A draw in isolation is good, but we're still in the bottom three. Ionics have a move far from the old house. No, a 15-20 minute drive, which isn't too far, but a pain in the arse because I had to get taxis for the last couple of weeks. And 15 minutes doesn't feel much. It's not. But it's 15 quid a time. But it's done now. I handed the keys back yesterday for the rented property. Right, kickoff is coming up. Brighton will get the game underway. We're underway. Here we go. Right then, West Ham, please. Please, West Ham, please. Win. Anyway, they hoofed it straight out. For a West Ham throw-in, which Juve takes. Rodriguez chests it down and Juve hammers it forward. And right now we're going to get a little look at how we're lining up. And that's a dodgy kick, but it's cleared by Kagaoglu. Headed down to Gomez and he puts it out of play. No, he does not. It's well kept in. But Mavropanos has got it. Nothing left for you to fear. Shake your ass, come over here. Mavropanos! There you go, Robbie Williams. You can have that one for free. Right, Tadebo's got it. And his pass is blocked, out for a throw-in, and Juve will take it. Number 6 says, put this towards a Highland Spring water cooler. Bloody hell, I don't know how much that would cost, but it cost a lot of money, that would. But thank you, I appreciate you. Game clock. Lucas saying game clock, please. It's there, it's up, it's on the screen. Look at the screen. Look at the screen. It's underway. All right then. Nuno's laughing and shouting at something. Unsure what. Maybe it's Rodriguez. Anyway, it looks like we're playing. To me, Somerville and Bowen is up front. Paqueta and Fernandez are in line with each other, and Rodriguez is sitting. So the way I'm going to describe this formation for anyone not watching, we've got our back three. And I will tell you the positions of each of the back three in a second. Juve and Wan-Bissaka at wing-backs. Rodriguez is the number 6 defensive midfielder on his own. Then we've got Fernandez and Paqueta number 8s. And we've got Bowen and Somerville as striker. I'm looking at the back three now. Tadebo's left centre-back. Kilman is centre-back. Mavropanos is right centre-back. And Brighton have got a free kick. Just inside our half. Somerville clattering into Belieber. He wins the ball there. It's one of them ones. Does he get the ball? Does he get the player? A bit of both. I don't think it's a bad... I think it's a good tackle, actually, more to watch it. But Somerville's actually hurt Rodriguez in doing so. So I think Somerville's unhappy with Rodriguez starting and he's trying to do something about it. But he's up. Rodriguez is limping, or he might not be limping and he's just... That's his natural body stance, I'm not sure. Anyway, Brighton go backwards with the free kick and they come down the left-hand side. De Coupier has the ball. Now Dunk has it. We're quite high up, I will say. I wouldn't say that we are pressing high, but we're positionally high up the pitch. Minte's got the ball at the minute. Under pressure from Rodriguez, gets scared and goes back to Van Heck. Lovely little ball into De Coupier, out to Kagaoglu on the left wing, up against Wan-Bissaka. He finds Gomez, now closed down by Rodriguez, who's covering a lot of ground at the minute, I have to say. Kagaoglu looks to send this one in towards Welbeck. Tadebo clears it and it'll be a throw-in for Brighton just inside West Ham's half down. Our right, their left-hand side. And it's taken quickly to Belieber, and it's a quick little 1-2, and he's away from Paqueta into Rutter, but Mavropanos intercepts the pass and gives it to Lucas Paqueta. The good thing is, when we do get the ball back, we're going to have Somerville and Bowen high up the pitch, and Somerville's just won a free kick from Van Heck there. So what I will say is that when we do... I mean, I did just make the point, but I'm going to make the same point again. The good thing with this formation is that Bowen and Somerville are standing on the halfway line, really. They're not coming back. So when we got the ball there, Mavpanos won it inside our box, gave it to Paqueta, and Bowen and Somerville were stood on the halfway line waiting for it. He gave it to Bowen, gave it to Somerville, and he won a free kick. So at least we're going to have a threat on the attack. It's just getting the ball into them. But it's a great ball by Mavpanos into Bowen, who shook off two but couldn't take on Dunk. We've won the ball back quickly enough, though. And it's with Wan-Bissaka just inside Brighton's half. Paqueta back to Fernandez. Gave it to Rodriguez. Juif's in a little bit of space on the left and gets it up against Minter. Back to Rodriguez. He gets fouled by Belieber, but the referee's played advantage as Lucas Paqueta comes forward. Into Bowen, but couldn't find Paqueta. Great tackle by Fernandez on Rutter to win it back. It's been an alright start from us after, I have to be honest with you. We're moving the ball nicely when we've got it. A bit gappy when we don't have it. Anyway, Tadebo's got it just on the halfway line at the minute. We're enjoying a bit of possession for the first time in the game, but Juif's pass was blocked by Minter, hit Juif on the head and has gone out for a throw-in. Hasib says how we're setting up. It's a back three. Rodriguez, Fernandez and Paqueta midfield, and Somerville and Bowen up front. Rodriguez, good pressing there by him, and we've got a throw-in, quite cheap, given away. Danny likes the formation. I will wait to... I need to see more before I decide if I like it or not. So far it's okay, but here we go. Minter has got behind our defence. He's out on the right-hand side up against Tadebo. Juif's there helping. Gets the cross in. It's overhit, but Kaggioglu will keep it in up against Wan-Bissaka. Into Belieber. He chips it in towards Rutter, but Tadebo heads it away. Mavpanos flicks it on. Wan-Bissaka brings it down. He's under pressure by De Coupier and clears it, but it only goes as far as Kaggioglu, but Bowen comes back to help out. And what I was saying about Bowen and Somerville high up the pitch is no longer applicable as they're now back defending. And there's a throw in to Brighton. Dickie's just back from work. Oh dear. I think I've got over the starting 11 to some extent, but Dickie's now going through what we all went through when the lineup come out. It's going to be a long throw. Van Heck coming up from the box. He's been in good goal scoring form recently. Someone we're going to have to keep an eye on. Kaggioglu with the throw. Van Heck doesn't get there. Wan-Bissaka does. Bowen flicks it on. Gomez heads it into the box, but Juif heads it away. Back down to Rutter. Welbeck. Rutter shot well wide. And it's a goal kick to West Ham. 7 minutes on the clock. Rutter with an effort. About 20 yards wide of the post. If we could have the full-time whistle now, that would be alright. I wouldn't complain. In possession, I think we're looking okay. Out of possession, I think we're looking a little bit iffy. But it's only 7.5 minutes. Long way to go. Then it's with Kaggioglu at left back for Brighton, who's enjoying a lot of the ball so far. As we're playing this formation, we don't really have someone to press him, really. Great ball into Rutter. Rodriguez chases him. Geoff intercepts the pass out to Minter. But Minter picks up a loose ball and he goes all the way back to his keeper. I think Kaggioglu is causing us a little bit of problem at left back because Bowen's playing striker. Wan-Bissaka's pinned back by De Coupier, so we don't really have anyone to mark Kaggioglu, and he's just done a quick 1-2. Blocked by Mavpanos. It's gone back to him, though he looks for Rutter. Tipped away by Fernandez. Comes to Gomez. His shot's blocked. Yeah, that's going to cause me a little bit of concern. I'm calling it now. Kaggioglu at left back is getting way too much space and time on the ball. But there's no one, none of us, like, closing him down. But there's no one that can really do it. Wan-Bissaka's stuck. He's pinned back. And Bowen's striker. Fernandez is occupied with Brighton's midfield, as you would expect. So, that's a little bit of a worry. Anyway, Fernandez is on the ball at the minute. Looks for Paqueta. Not the best pass in the world. Gomez picks it up. And he gives it away. Mavpanos intercepts it. Finds Paqueta, who finds Wan-Bissaka, who will drive forward and gets taken down by Kagaoglu. And he might find himself in the book here, and he does. It's a yellow card. Referee didn't have much option there. Good play by Ryan and Wan-Bissaka though, coming down that right hand side. Good progressive run. Leslie just joined, shocked. Where's Potts and Magassa? We believe that they may have had cramp on Thursday night, and so not fit enough to play 90 minutes by the sounds of it, hence Rodriguez inclusion. But they're both on the bench. Mavpanos goes long, looking for Juve, overhit, out for a throw-in. Not massively overhit either. That is a pathetic penalty shout for Brighton. Kagaoglu cut it back. Mavpanos slid in. It hit him in the thigh. I don't even think it touches his arm at all. But desperate call. Anyway, we favour the throw for Brighton. He's still not taking it yet. He's taking ages here. Big push on Juve by Welbeck. Referee says no. Kilman picks it up. Somerville flicks it down to Bowen. Gives it back to Somerville. It's difficult to control and is hoofed away. But actually it finds Welbeck, and they've done well there. Brighton, Reuter's got it, but Fernandez read the pass well and intercepted it, but it's going to go out for a throw-in to Brighton. Jam saying, I think I missed something. What's happened with Guilherme? We don't know. Just left out on Thursday night, and he's been continued to be left out tonight. Fulkrug was left out, but he's back in the squad. Igor was left out. He can't play today against his parent club, so we can't tell if he's still on the naughty step or not. Anyway, Welbeck doing a 1-2 with Rodriguez, Rucha there, but it was well intercepted by Fernandez. Mavpanos getting a little bit tangled up, but got away with it. Todibo into Juve, who plays down the left to Somerville. Looked to give a giving goal with Paqueta and done the give part, but he didn't get the goal bit done. So Gomez was picked up to Welbeck to Rucha. They're starting to link up well, them two. There's been a few successful little passes between Rucha and Welbeck in the last few minutes. Rodriguez looked really slow, which won't come as a surprise to anyone there, but he's working hard. Just couldn't keep up. Anyway, De Cupio's got the ball. It looks like him and Kagaoglu have switched roles because the Turkish player got booked. It looks like now De Cupio's gone to left back and Kagaoglu's gone left wing. Just to remove any defensive responsibility for what was the left back for Brighton. And he's now the left wing for Brighton. Which means I'm going to have a little look and see what odds I can get on Kagaoglu to have a shot on target, because it might be worth a punt because he might be priced up as a left back when he's playing left wing now. No, he's only 9-4. I'm not going to bother with that. Unless Paddy's got him at good odds. Let's have a look. 11-4. It's slightly better. I was hoping for 3-1 really. I'll have a fiver just in case. I'll have a cheeky fiver on Kagaoglu to have a shot on target. Now he's moved up to left wing. He's still priced up as a left back. Right then, back to the action at the Amex Stadium. There's nothing really happening. Sent a long pass after Somerville there, but he couldn't get on the end of it. Kilman with a good ball into Paqueta, who scuffed it, but a great ball through to Somerville. He's one-on-one. It's Somerville! Ow! Fuck, it's saved. Ah, the flag went off. Offside. Offside. Very close whether he was on or off. It was a great chance. It was on his left foot, and he didn't really sort his run out so he could open his body up. I mean, arguably it's Paqueta's fault because he tries to play it first time and he might have been onside then, but he scuffed it. So he played it second time, and by that point, Somerville was offside. Unlucky though, but I quite like that. The Paqueta knew to play it to him, and Somerville knew to run. So there's a little bit of a plan there. High line from Brighton. There was lots of room for Somerville to run into. Anyway, Lewis Dunk's got the ball for Brighton at the minute. Coming up to the 15th minute mark at Amex Stadium. Van Heck out to BRIWHU. Brighton's right back this afternoon. He's strolling forward. He finds De Cooper out to Gomez, who whips it in. Kilman heads it away. Wan-Bissaka will flick this on, but only reaches De Cooper, and Fernandes does well just to shield it back to Mavropanos, who clears it. But Van Heck's header can only go as far as Paqueta, into Rodriguez, into Somerville, out to Wan-Bissaka. I'll tell you what, Juve's getting forward really quickly. Whenever West Ham get the ball, Juve is trying to burst forward down that left side. We just haven't really got the ball out to him much. Anyway, good play here by West Ham down the right. It's nothing too dangerous, but Wan-Bissaka, Bowen, Paqueta just knocking the ball about. Fernandes is over there as well. And he receives it from Jared Bowen, and he'll just cut it across the defence to Debo in the left centre-back role. He's got a lot of space in front of him. We're just enjoying possession here. Juve with a bad ball into Rodriguez, though, and Gomez picks it up for Brighton. That was a bad pass from Juve. Rutter clips over the top for Welbeck, who looked offside, but Mavropanos intercepts it anyway, and now the flag goes up and the free kick is given. Paqueta coming forward here, looking for Somerville. Oh, just couldn't quite get it. Unlucky from Paqueta. Unlucky. I'm liking this, though. Paqueta with a quick 1-2 to Bowen. Somerville ran, and Paqueta tried to find him, and I think Paqueta's thinking Somerville should have done better, and Somerville's thinking Paqueta should have done better. The reality is, I think they both were just a bit unlucky. I think everything was good. The run was good. The pass was good. It just wasn't great. It had to be great. It's unlucky. I like it. The idea is there, though. This is promising. Kagaoglu's got the ball, though. This is not promising. De Cooper has picked it up. Back to Kagaoglu. This is causing us problems. Brighton's fullbacks are causing us problems because we've got no one to mark them. Anyway, Rodriguez intercepted Welbeck's pass and is going back to Max Kilman, who looks for the run of Juve, who's done really well there, actually. He was under pressure with nowhere to go, and he sort of just headed it back into Minte's face and want to throw in. Ray is at a North Pole experience. What has happened to you? What has happened to you? Last week you were posting pictures of you and your missus in matching pyjamas. Now you're at a North Pole experience. My word. What a family man you've become, Ray. I don't know if I admire it or if I'm disgusted. I admire it. That's good on you. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you have a great time at the North Pole. Ask Santa for 3 points for West Ham, please. Meanwhile, West Ham are just playing it around at the Amex at the moment. Tadebo's got the ball. Back to Juve. And for anyone that's asking what's going on, there's a few people joining us in how we've been playing, how we've been looking. In possession, I think we've been looking promising. We haven't created anything yet, but I think the idea is all right. Out of possession, I think we're looking a little bit iffy. I think because of the formation, which is I would describe as a 5-3-2, Brighton's fullbacks, who at the moment are BRIWHU and De Cooper, are picking up the ball a lot. We don't really have anyone directly marking them. Anyway, BRIWHU with the ball, goes long, looking for the run of Kagaoglu, who knocks it down to Rutter. And Fernandes with a great tackle just outside our box. Tadebo picks it up and goes long, looking for the run of Somerville. And it's out of play. But again, the idea's there. Tadebo knew, as soon as he got it, get your head up, look for Somerville. And Somerville knew, as soon as he gets it, move, get on the run. The only issue with this is, whilst it's working-ish, it heavily relies on Somerville's pace, and we don't have a replacement for him on the bench. We've got 2 strikers on the bench, but you wouldn't be able to play like this with Wilson and Fulkrug up front. Anyway, De Cupia looks for Kagaoglu. Great tackle by Wan-Bissaka. Fernandes gets involved again, who's been excellent, and he gets fouled by Gomez. Fernandes, I think, has been our best player by far. I think he's been the best player on the pitch by far. I think Brighton's left side could cause some damage if they sharpened up a little bit. I think if De Cupia and Kagaoglu just started doing a little bit more, I think they could cause us some problems. But Fernandes, defensively, has been excellent, and in possession, he's been comfortable. I don't know what we've done there. We've absolutely botched our own free kick here, and Brighton are breaking off the back of it. Gomez into BRIWHU. Might shoot from distance. He does. Blocked by Todibo. Falls to Rutter. Todibo tackles him. Great play by the defender. And he just flicks it round the corner for Somerville to run into. And he's under pressure. But he tries to take on Baliba. It's a massive mismatch in a physical battle. The referee said it was a fair physical battle. And Van Heck looked for Rutter. Bad first touch, and it went through to Areola. However, flag was up anyway. Fernandes is on the ball. Plays out to Wan-Bissaka and gets clattered by Gomez. And Bowen, this is good. Do you know something? No, well done, Bowen. Listen, Bowen gets a lot of criticism. I criticise Bowen a lot as captain. And he's just gone straight back there, Bowen. 20 yards, he just ran back to say to the referee, why is that not a booking? Because he is a little late. Lewis Dunk's now arrived. And he's just going to have a word with Gomez. I don't think it was a yellow card myself. But it's good. Well done, Jair Bowen. That's what I want to see. Just impose yourself as captain a bit more. Get in front. And he got there before Lewis Dunk, so he was able to have a word with the referee before Dunk arrives barking. Well done. Anyway, free kick to West Ham. Deep inside our own half. Kilman's going to take it. Hopefully we don't botch this one. And he just goes short to Mavpanos, which is sensible. I have to say, maybe not. I was away to say it's less hoofball from West Ham today. And then, just as I was away to say it, Mavpanos passed it forward with a long pass, which was intercepted. But I do think it's... I think the last couple of games I've been quite critical that we've been a bit hoofball. But I think today we've seen a couple of free kicks inside our own half that we're happy to go sideways on and just play it to a West Ham player. I think the last couple of games we went a bit 50, 60 yards, hopeful punt with it. Anyway, Brighton coming forward with the ball, and you can guess who it is. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You're right, it's De Cupia. Even Van Heck's pushed up here. Kagaoglu, back to Van Heck. Brighton outnumbering us on the left, so Bowen's gone out just to help Fernandes and Wan-Bissaka. But now Brighton are coming over to the right-hand side. Van Heck trying to just get on the ball a little bit. He stepped up into like a midfield position alongside Baliba. Rutter's got the ball. Looks for... It wasn't a bad pass, actually, into BRIWHU, but it sort of hit him rather than him controlling the ball. And it's a goal kick to West Ham. Just over halfway through the first half. Not really any chances from either team. Well, I say not really. There's been none. It says Brighton have had 3 shots. They have, but they've all been from outside the area and they've all been blocked. Apart from one of them, which went well wide. Lewis Dunk's got the ball to Van Heck. And he finds it. Nice ball there into Rutter and out to Minte, who's lost it. He's given it to Somerville to Paqueta. Bowen's on the move. It's a great ball by Paqueta. Bowen picks it up in a half-decent position here. He's running at the defence. Bowen! Shot blocked and a corner kick. First corner of the afternoon in the match, and it's for West Ham United, which Bowen will take. Hopefully, there can be an improvement in the corners we've seen from Bowen against Man U, because they were not good, nor were the ones we've seen from Freddie Potts. But he's not on the pitch. So it'll be interesting to see who takes him on the other side. But Bowen certainly picked the ball up, and it looks like he's going to take this one, which is on our right-hand side. So it'll be an in-swinger from Jared Bowen, and it is. A lot of players in the 6-yard box. It's cleared by the first man. it was really low as well. It was cleared by the foot of the first man. Bowen takes a throw in quickly to Rodriguez. But he's lost out to Rutter. And Brighton come forward here with Gomez, but Bowen with a great tackle. And Fernandes picks up the loose ball. Back to Rodriguez, into Wan-Bissaka. Diouf makes a run. Wan-Bissaka, referee, man. Get your bald egg out the way. Wan-Bissaka seen the run of Diouf, but hit the referee in the back of the head. So it'll be a drop ball for West Ham. Just inside Brighton's half. Arguably not a bad thing, because everyone was a little bit out of position there off the back of the corner. Anyway, Somerville's got it to Todibo and out to Diouf. I would like to see us trying to take advantage of us having this extra defender. Our free man is always one of the centre-backs. So I would like us to try and just either encourage one of the centre-backs to step up a little bit, or to hold on to the ball to try and entice Brighton to press us and try and use the player they've just left in order to press as the person to pass to. Anyway, Brighton have got the ball now. Rutter, who's seen more and more of it, although he's not made a big impact. I mean, Diouf just ridiculously flew in there, and he's actually taken out Todibo more than anything. Rutter's got it. Todibo's got back, blocked it. That's a goal kick, I think. Or maybe it is a corner. I thought it might have came off Rutter again. Diouf just slid in. Rutter just dinked over him. But Todibo then had to jump over Diouf to try and get back. Really silly defending there by Diouf. Anyway, corner kick to Brighton from their right, our left. Their first corner of the afternoon. Sky Sports reminding us West Ham have conceded the most goals from corners this season. And it comes. Oh, it's landed on the roof of the net at the back post. Goal kick to West Ham. De Coupier's corner. Going straight out. Aviola shall take the goal kick and he will go long. I mean, I really say free header for Lewis Dunk there, and it is, but Bowen sort of half gambled that Dunk was going to head it back, and he did, but Bowen had stopped the run. Had he fully committed to that gamble, he might have got there. One to watch for the next time. But again, you can guess who's coming forward with it. De Coupier, that's a great ball into Baliba, who's got away from our midfield. Out to Minte, one-on-one with Diouf. Dinks it to the back post and is out for a goal kick. 27 minutes on the clock. I have to say it's been reasonably comfortable by both teams so far, in the sense that both teams are pretty poor. Neither of us have created anything. I think defensively we're looking okay. In possession, we're looking all right. I just don't feel like we've had much of it. It does feel like Brighton there's something to get out of this. I do feel like we can maybe, dare I say, get the win if we improve a little bit. Diouf heads it away. Gomez brings it down. He's under pressure by Rodriguez. Gives it out to Caglioglu. De Coupier's on the run. Mavropanos cuts out the pass. Great interception. And he gives it to Fernandes out on the right-hand side. Under pressure by Gomez. And he's done really well. He's taken on 3 Brighton players there. Fernandes, and a lovely ball out to Diouf, who does well to keep it in. Come on. Get this cross in for Bowen. Go on. He shoots. Oh. Very ambitious. I'm not against it. Bowen and Somerville were running into the box, and Van Bruggen was committed to the cross, really. So he's sort of half out his goal. And the front post is wide open, and Diouf decided to try and score, and it hit the side net. And the keeper had it covered, I will say that. Had he got on target, it would have been saved, but I'm not against an ambitious effort like that. I think the cross to Bowen would have been difficult to do as well. Anyway, Brighton come down the left here. Into Gomez, back to Kagaoglu, out to De Cupier. Kagaoglu makes the run. Gives it back to Gomez. Weaver's in the box alongside Danny Welbeck. Van Heck's picked it up now. Minte looks for Weaver, but it's blocked by Somerville. And it goes through to Areola. Lewis thinks it was a mishit. Maybe it was a mishit. I thought he was shooting. Don't know. He's released Bowen down the right-hand side. One-on-one with Dunk. He's out wide. Somerville in the box. Paqueta arriving. Tried to take on Lewis Dunk. Blocked. And it's a throw into West Ham. Right down in the corner. Charles also thinks it was a bad cross. Maybe it was then. I thought it was a shot. Wan-Bissaka to take the throw in. Not got too many options. Only Paqueta, Fernandez and Bowen. There's not much movement. But he does find Paqueta, who gives it back to him. Looks for Fernandez. It's a bit scrappy down there. It's fallen to Paqueta though. Gets his head up, gives it to Somerville. Van Heck puts him under pressure. Somerville gives it to Rodriguez. Into Fernandez. He's under pressure now. To Todibo. Out to Juff. He's under pressure. He goes back to Todibo. Brighton are pressing us well here. All the way back to Areola and into Max Kilman, who's got plenty of time and space, and he gives it to Todibo. But a good pressing there by Brighton. Didn't give us much options. Todibo into Somerville, who tries to turn, does turn. Juff's on the move. Somerville with a lovely ball into him, and the cross is deflected, I think, for a corner. Unlucky there. Juff just unlucky that Minte is really quick. I think it was a good run by Juff, and I think it was a good ball by Somerville. And he tried to cross it first time, but Minte is just that quick. He caught up with him easy enough. And it's a corner kick to West Ham, our first one from the other side of the pitch, which Fernandez is going to take. So we've got a different corner taker tonight. Hopefully this one can beat the first man, and hopefully someone can get their big head on it, and it can be 1-0 West Ham. Mavropanos and Kilman and Somerville on the keeper. Bowen, Paqueta and Todibo also in the box. And it comes from Fernandez. It beats the first man. Comes out. Juve picks it up. Oh, referee. Weak. Gives a free kick to Brighton. It just felt a bit weak. Slight nudge. Throw yourself to the floor. Win a free kick. Yada, yada, yada. Ben says, I think Souček scores in a game like this. It does feel a bit like a Souček goal, doesn't it? Graham saying, all you West Ham fans are lucky we've got Dyche as a manager. We're down. Right, Graham, can you just confirm you're not a Forest fan? And give us your honest opinion, though. I know you've just made a bit of a comment there, but were you that bad? Is it that bad under Dyche? I haven't seen your last couple of games now. I've seen a lot of you when Dyche first arrived, but I haven't seen your last couple. Back to the action at the Amex, though. Kagaoglu dummies it for De Cupier, who gives it back to him. Fernandez and Wan-Bissaka marking him. Baliba goes short. Looks for Rutter. Mavropanos defends it well. Baliba will get another attempt at it. Goes out wide to Minte. Up against Juve one-on-one. Minte tries to take him on. Juve goes with him. Cross deep. Too deep. De Cupier picks it up though. Gomez under pressure from Fernandez. Goes back to Kagaoglu. Might send a cross in. Goes out to De Cupier. Back to Kagaoglu. Now Lewis Dunk's got it. Brighton centre-backs are 10-15 yards outside our box at the minute. Everyone is in the shot, bar Areola. Comes in from De Cupier, and Weaver should be scoring. That should be 1-0 Brighton. We've got away with that big time. That is a great cross by De Cupier. It's on his weak foot. Kagaoglu gives it to him on the left wing. He shifts onto his right foot, whips it in. And it bounces, and Weaver just can't quite get his toe on it. And if he did, you'd imagine it's a goal. It might just skiff off his shin, but that's a chance. That is a big chance for Brighton. Todibo just didn't know where Weaver was there. Right, warning signs for West Ham. Anyway, Somerville's got it. Weaver brings him down. Referee said he got the ball. Yeah, he penalised Somerville for a similar tackle earlier on in the game. Brighton come with it. Weaver now. Looks for the run of Minte. Juve does well to get there, and he goes out for a corner kick. To Brighton. Not happy about that. tackle. I think it was a tackle on Somerville. I think he does win the ball. But Somerville on Believer earlier on was a very similar thing, which is Somerville came in from the side of him and hooked it, and the referee gave a free kick for it. Just a lack of consistency there. I don't like it. Either give them all or don't give any of them. Brighton corner. From our left or right. De Coupier will take again, I imagine. He is going to, yes. I can see him. He whips it in. It's deep. It's headed down. Bloody hell. Across the face of our goal and out for a goal kick. Todibo's going mental at the referee. It was a deep corner from De Coupier, and Gomez came in at the back post, and he's practically on the goal line, so he headed it back across the face of the goal. But it was one of them, it hit the ground and looped, so no one could get a head on it. But Todibo was really unhappy with the referee for something. Another small warning there by West Ham. For West Ham, rather. 10 minutes to go of normal time until half-time at the Amex Stadium. Brighton 0, West Ham United 0. A wet, rubbish game. Goal kick from Areola. Dunk gets his foot on it and it goes out for throw-in to West Ham just inside Brighton's half, which Juve will take, and I still don't trust him taking throw-ins. I always think he's going to do a foul throw. He gives it to Paqueta, gives it to Rodriguez, to Fernandez, back to Rodriguez. Great play by those two. Rodriguez comes with it. Out to Wan-Bissaka. Not much options for him. He rolls it into Bowen and it's cleared by Lewis Dunk. A bit of a weak pass by Wan-Bissaka, and I think Bowen was a bit weak there as well. But Ariola's picked it up and he's given it to Mavpanos, into Rodriguez, into Fernandez. Just inside our half. Looks to put over the top for Wan-Bissaka. Down the right channel. Kagiogo, it's just... Kagiogo went to shield out for the goal kick and Wan-Bissaka just shoved him. So the goal kick was given, but it could have been a free kick. Graham saying Dyche has his favourites. Don't worry if you're crap. Dyche will play you. He's worse than Platt. He's been a Nottingham Forest fan since '69. Worst I've seen, 9 at the back, slow build up. Tactics are 30 years out of date. There you go. A Nottingham Forest fan is not too keen on Nottingham Forest. That's good. That's what I was saying before the game. We need to consider Forrester in a relegation battle. We win here. We go equal points with them. They're in it. Anyway, it's a bit scrappy in our box, and Rodriguez sort of buys a free kick and gets us out of trouble. I have to say, he's doing all right, Rodriguez. Right. Is he brilliant? No. But he's doing fine. A bit slow. His lack of pace has harmed him on a couple of occasions. But I think he's reading the game well. I think he's comfortable in possession. I think he's doing all right, Rodriguez. He's not our worst performer, I don't think. Anyway, Ariel goes long with a goal kick. Free kick, rather. Paqueta brings it down superbly. It looks for Somerville. And he can't quite keep it in. But that was a great first touch by Paqueta. Shrugging off Van Heck. But the pass wasn't quite there. And Paqueta's chasing the ball all the way back to Van Bruggen, who's under pressure here. But he's giving it to Dunk. Bowen can't quite commit due to the options. Van Heck, superb defending by him. He just moved into a position that he can get off Dunk. And he's giving it to De Coupier, who's coming forward with it. And Fernandez is going to have to go close him down. And Van Heck's really starting to push up for Brighton. Great ball into Rutter, and that's a great tackle by Rodriguez. Todibo can't quite get it. Brighton want a free kick. Referee says no, rightly so. Todibo comes forward with it into Somerville. He's continued his run. Somerville's found him. He's found Bowen in the middle of the pitch. Wan-Bissaka's out on the right here, but Bowen gives it to Mavpanos. He'll give it out to Wan-Bissaka. He's running at De Coupier. Back to Paqueta. Might have a shot. He does. It's pushed away by Van Bruggen. Bowen picks it up. Looks for Somerville. Dunk blocks it. Into Kagiogo. And Brighton will just play out from the back here. Confident from Brighton, even though they're not that great today. Fernandez with a great tackle on Rutter. Keeps it in. And he skins him. Oh, that is brilliant play by Fernandez. Come on, West Ham. We can win this. I like that from Paqueta. Distance, have a shot. It gets padded On another day, goes out for a corner, comes into the 6-yard box. Todibo with a 1-2 with Juve. Todibo's starting to push up. Aye, that's a free kick. How is that not a free kick? He flicked it past him and there was 2 hands on his chest. Great tackle by Fernandes on Minte though. Van Heck's got it. A little bit of tempo to the game in the last minute. Rutter back to Gomez. Great ball into Weaver, who's broke our press. He's looking for the run of Minte, but Todibo's was holding him off well, but Minte gets there. Weaver's got it now. Van Heck back to Weaver. That's a bad pass, and Rodriguez picks up for West Ham. Little options for him here, though. He's done really well. No, he hasn't. I thought he found Wan-Bissaka, but he got tackled. There was nothing for him to do, though. There was no options. Gomez into Weaver. He dinks it in, but it's headed away by Kilman. Only as far as Gomez hits it. Well high, well wide. 40 minutes on the clock. Well, we had a shot. Paqueta from distance. Comfortable save. But remember Bournemouth away? When Wilson had that shot off a really wet surface. Unlucky. Paqueta was unlucky. More of that, please. I think you have to shoot more and more. Shoot. Long kick by Areola. Van Heck heads it into Paqueta's face, who does really well. Somerville. He's got away from Lewis Dunk. It's Somerville. He's in. Somerville. It's wide. It's really wide. That was a chance. That's a chance. That's a chance. Big chance. Van Heck took a header and Weaver was sort of shielding it and Paqueta flicked it to Somerville, who does really well to get past Lewis Dunk. And he tries to open his body up and curl it into the far corner and he put the angle right, but he just had no whip on it whatsoever. Well wide in the end. And that's a big chance for West Ham and a big chance for Somerville. You've got to take them. You've got to take them. He's had 2 chances now, Somerville. The first one was offside, but he didn't know he was offside, and he keeper saved it. And that one, yeah, it's a miss. It's a big miss. Come on, man. Need to be putting them away. He does well. That's the frustrating thing. He's done a lot right. I do like him, but he needs to do better with that opportunities. Anyway, Areola with a goal kick, well, free kick rather. Baliba's brought it down though. Under pressure by Fernandes, gives it to Kankioglu. He's breaking forward here. Fernandes is struggling to get back. Gives it out to De Cupia, who's up against Wan-Bissaka. He sends it into Rutter. Oh, well blocked there by Juve. Great block by Juve. That was a lovely ball by De Cupia to the back post where Rutter was unmarked. Hit it on the volley and Juve has blocked it fantastically well and celebrated like he'd scored. And Todibo gave him a big high five as well. Loved that. I like seeing defenders celebrate stuff like that. Superb block by Juve. It might not have been going in, but it doesn't matter. Rutter connected with that well. Corner kick to Brighton. De Cupia will take again. We know where this is going. At the back post. Not that time. Went to the front post. And Bowen heads it away. A lot of shoving going on. A lot of players flying to the floor. I don't think the referees gave us a free kick. Gave them a free kick for similar things, though. Just for clarity, I've got nothing against bald people. So if I call this ref a bald what's it in a little moment, nothing against bald people. He's just bald. But he's starting to annoy me. Anyway, De Cupia with the other corner. Good corner again, but Welbeck flicks it on high, wide. Goal kick to West Ham. Just 90 seconds of normal time to go in the first half at the Amex. It's still Brighton 0, West Ham 0. Somerville with a massive opportunity, which he put comfortably wide. Areola hasn't had much to do. The stats will come up. I don't remember him making a save. Yeah, it's just come up on the screen here. Brighton, 7 shots, none on target. Ariola goes long with a goal kick. Reefer gets his head on it. It's a bit scrappy in there. Todibo cleaving it. Dunk will get this. No, he won't. Van Heck does so. Bowen beats Kagioglou and it falls to Wan-Bissaka. Gives it back to Jared Bowen. Come on. Bowen! Deflected wide. Unlucky. Corner kick. That's it. That's what you need to do. Shoot, shoot, shoot. In it to win it and all that. You can't win the raffle. You ain't got a ticket. I hate when players don't shoot. Bowen there. It's on his right foot. Takes a shot. Dunk blocks it. Out for a corner kick. On another day, that lands at... Remember how we conceded against Man United? Casemiro, shot, block, landed at Dalot, bang. Our goal against Burnley, shot, blocked, Wilson, goal. Anyway, corner kick to West Ham. Fernandes takes from our left, so it'll be an in-swinger. It's deep, very deep to Mavropanos, heads it down. Kilman flicks it on, Van Heck flicks it away. Mavropanos heads it towards goal, and it's a goal kick to Brighton. And I'm just waiting to see how much stoppage time will be played. There will be 1 minute of stoppage time, which we are now in. 45 seconds to go. Van Heck plays it back to his keeper. What I will say is we've got to half time at 0-0. And we've got Potts and Magassa on the bench, as well as Fulkrug and Wilson. Maybe his plan's working. Lewis Dunk is coming forward, strolling forward with it. We're just on the halfway line waiting for him. Into Belieber. Now I'm a believer. Out to Minter. Bad ball into Weaver. That was a good pass. They could have been in there, but it was a bad pass. But Weaver looks for Minter, and Fernandes, who's been excellent, intercepts it. Back to Belieber. 10 seconds. We're better going 0-0 at half time here. I'll be fuming if we concede here. Can't go, and it's half time. There goes the whistle. Let me move my screen. Let me change the big clock. Right then, please get your thoughts into the live chat. What are you thinking about the first 45 minutes? Quite uneventful at the Amex. It's Brighton 0, West Ham United 0. The biggest chance, or the only chance for the game really, falling to Somerville, who put it wide, well wide of the post. Brad says we need big changes at half time. Lobster saying Magassa or Potts on for Rodriguez. And Dan is saying, what's the chances of any changes? Probably none. Connor saying, fuck Mob, not liking Somerville's performance. I tend to agree. Can't be missing those, sadly. Bear saying it's boring. Pointing saying, Potts and Magassa for Rodriguez. Steve saying Todibo's been brilliant. I think Todibo has been brilliant. I think Todibo and Fernandes have been excellent. I think Fernandes in particular has been the best player on the pitch, and by quite some distance as well. I think he's been our best player out of possession and our best player in possession. I think he's looking comfortable. He moves the ball about well, but he's been breaking a lot of Brighton attacks. Simmons saying Guido's performance is patch uses here. I thought he's done all right. I don't think he's been good. Right, I'm not saying he's excellent. I think he's done okay. He's just been a bit slow, but I think he's read the game quite well, and I think he's been quite all right in possession. Ted is saying good first half. Potter would have been 2 or 3 down. Mark is saying Somerville's got no end product. James saying Somerville always does excellent to get into these positions, but we've got 0 end product. Get a centre back off and Wilson on, and we win this. Yeah, that's what I would do. So whilst, even though I think Rodriguez has done okay, I think before people start jumping, okay. I'm not saying he's having a good game. He's just doing all right. I was expecting him to be crap though, right? I think I would make 2 subs at half time. Maybe 3. Yeah, I would do 3. I'll definitely do 2, and there's a third one that I might do. So the 2 I would definitely do is to maybe bring off a centre-back, which would be Kilman, and put on Wilson. Now, I think Kilman's doing fine. I think all three centre-backs are playing fine. Panos, I think, is playing well. I think Today was playing well. And Kilman's done what he's had to do. I just don't think he's been that busy. The only reason I do the sub is to get a striker on and to put Somerville and Bowen a little bit wider as and when required. And the reason for that is I think Brighton's fullbacks, I think, are getting a lot of joy when we don't have the ball. I think we're struggling to mark BRIWHU and we're struggling to mark De Coupier. It was Kagaoglu, now it's De Coupier. They've switched after the yellow card. And I think they're just getting the ball, lots of it, and they're coming forward with it, and there's no one to really close them down. And I think it would just give Bowen and Somerville, they would be the supply line for Callum Wilson. So I'd get Wilson on for Kilman, and I think I'd get Magassa or Potts on. It would be Magassa. I'd get Magassa on for Rodriguez. And Rodriguez has been okay. He's not hurt us. But if you're going to take a centre-back off and try and increase the tempo of the game, I think you just need someone a bit more mobile in the middle of the pitch. And I would put Magassa in there. Or maybe I would go Potts. I think Potts is a bit more disciplined than Magassa. I think he's a little bit more likely to stay central. But Magassa was excellent, wasn't he, against Man United? I don't mind. Either one of them. I'd be happy with either of them. So I'd Wilson for Kilman and then Magassa or Potts for Rodriguez, because I think we can win this game. I think it's there for the taking. I think we've done all right in the first half. Is it a good game of football? No, it's quite boring. But being honest, I thought we'd be losing by half-time. It's 0-0. We've got a good chance to go on and get 3 points today. And the league table will look a lot better if we do. Brighton are not good. Brighton are not playing well here. So the opportunity to go get an extra 2, I think, is there. The third choice, the third sub which I was debating, would have been Walker Peters for Juve. The reason being, Juve's doing all right against Minte. Okay, he's doing okay. But I think Tadebo's offering protection as and when required. So if he does get past Juve, Tadebo's there. And if you go to a back four, I don't think he's going to have that. I think it'd just be one-on-one, and that would worry me a little bit. Anyway, you don't have to agree, though. Please get your thoughts into the live chat. Ironix would not touch the defence just yet. And Stockman saying it's nice not to be losing at half-time every game. Tony said Somerville's playing well. His pace, presence is a worry to them. Yeah, I completely agree, by the way. I think Somerville's playing... It's just that final ball, isn't it? But... he's different. We don't have a replacement. We don't have an alternative to Somerville. He does have that pace. He can break. He can travel with it. I'd leave him on the pitch for as long as he's capable of playing, really. Darren would bring Magassa on. What message does it send if he remains on the bench for the rest of the game? Ironix continued to say that no subs yet. It's far too early. Thomas said if Rodriguez... selection is to save legs for Potts and Magassa. He's done his part now. Same for Kilman. Get those two on and we can win. We can save Wilson until the 70th minute. Terry would keep the formation but change the personnel. Musa would like to see Callum Wilson coming on. Benny agrees with myself. He would like to see those 2 subs, or maybe 3. I'm not sure which he's referring to. Aiden said Rodriguez hasn't been terrible, but we're missing a Potts and Magassa who pop up where they're needed. Rodriguez is too slow to do that and it's limiting. I agree. I think the problem is it only takes one Brighton break, because there's been a couple of times I think Rutter moved and Rodriguez chased him. He just couldn't catch him. That was all. And he wasn't doing anything wrong. If anything, Rodriguez was doing everything right. He just wasn't quick enough. That's all. I think he's doing all right, Rodriguez. KJ is saying some good subs and we win this. Potts, Walker Peters, Magassa, Wilson, and we win easy. Brighton are lacklustre. Daniel said we're so slow and the movement is non-existent. I don't think I've been this pissed. I think the movement is okay. I think Somerville's on the move a lot. I think Bowen's on the move. It's just when you get on the ball a bit more and get a little bit quicker with it. I think the movement's there to some extent. I think we just need to up the tempo, personally. Tony saying keep playing Somerville in this position and eventually he'll start getting goals. No argument. I think he looks great where he's playing. You look threatening. Keep it right. Tony, who do you support? Forgive me if I've asked before. I always forget, Tony. But you've just said you look threatening, which would suggest you're not a West Ham fan, which is okay. And I always like a neutral's perspective, but just out of interest. Christian, that's not Christian. This is Christian. I hope Nuno goes for the 3. A point isn't good enough. They look weak. The Dunk is saying that Todibo has been different gravy today. Roger saying we've missed Somerville. Was gutted he couldn't score. Not happy with the lineup. But so far, Nuno has got it right. Yeah, I've got no complaints at half-time. We're keeping Brighton at arm's length. They're a good team, Brighton. At home especially. Brighton have got a really good record. And it is a boring game. I think Mark's right, it's boring. But I think that's maybe a good thing for us. Nick saying, overall, we played all right. What's disappointing is we never create. I think we have. I think Somerville's had the best chance of the game. That's creating something. I think the one he was offside for, he was offside. But the idea was there. I think we've looked better going forward than we did against Man U and Liverpool, personally. I don't know if everyone agrees with that, but I feel like there's a bit more to us. Are we, gung-ho, attacking, free-flowing football? No, of course we're not. I'm not going to pretend that's what's happening here. But I do feel like we've got a threat. And against Man United for a large part, and against Liverpool for the whole game, and for the second half against Bournemouth. So the last 5 halves of football, bar 15 minutes, I don't think we've had much of a threat. Whereas today, I think we've had something there with Somerville and Bowen. Zanussi, Brighton look average. Hopefully Nuno doesn't think holding out for a point is a good result. Mancunian saying we know there will be no halftime changes. They will come late on, if at all, or if a goal is scored. No adventure or endeavour from our manager. Sketch says we can definitely win this. We've made inroads without efficient enough to capitalise. Grouch is saying Somerville's good on the counter. He just finishes like Ben Rahman Massive saying Somerville couldn't finish a meal off a kids menu. Brilliant. I can finish meals off those food challengers. Fat bastard. Bill saying he just meant you sitting there all threatening with your strong Scottish accent. Brilliant. Grouch said, I think we look more threatening going forward against Man U. I disagree. I think once they scored, we looked good. But up until then, I thought we had nothing against Man U personally. Jordan says, when do we admit that Bowen is in a serious rut? I think we've been discussing that on this channel for at least a couple of weeks anyway. I think we've already discussed it. Charles saying Wilson is warming up. James thinks if we get him on, we can win this game. Never thought I'd see the day that we want to see Callum Wilson. But I actually think this should be Callum Wilson's role, coming off the bench when you need that striker's finesse up front. The problem is we just don't have the guy to start ahead of him. But hopefully, ideally, post-January, this is what Wilson's role is going to be. Fingers crossed. Brandon saying, nope, we're far better today than versus Man U. Had 4 or 5 positive moves in the final third. Yeah, I agree with you, Brandon. But listen, everyone's got a different opinion. Me and you are not right. We're also not wrong. It's just our opinion. Just like those that think we were more threatening against Man U. We just watch different games and have different opinions. It's not the end of the world. Shambles, a point is a great result. I don't know what some of these people are drinking. It's just because of the league table. Shambles, I think it's just because of the league table. How I word it is, in isolation, a draw is a good result. Brighton away is a difficult fixture. But it's just because we'd still be 2 points behind Leeds and Nottingham Forest and in the final. I think if we were 10th in the league right now, I think people would suggest that a point is a great result. I could be wrong, but that's my vibe I'm picking up. And weirdly, I think I'm a little bit of that myself, which is a draw, good result, but we're still in the bottom 3. Sora saying, love the way you make it clear what opinion actually means. You have to when you do YouTube. You really do have to. It's just someone told me what my opinion was the other day. So I did my review of the Man U game, and I said I think the game was there for the taking, and I was disappointed that he took Wilson off for Kilman. I would have liked to have seen Earthy come on and Bowen go up front, or Marshall come on, like for like sub, and try to win that game. And someone said, well, if he did that and we lost, you'd have criticised him for that sub. Well, no, I wouldn't have. I would have said it didn't work, but I like the fact he went. Someone basically told me what my opinion would be. I thought, this is strange. What a strange thing. So I said, well, in that case, if he did that sub that I wanted and we won the game, you'd be disappointed that we've won because you'd consider it reckless from Nuno. He didn't reply. No, I don't think he'd think like that. He'd be buzzing that West Ham have won a game of football. But imagine deciding what other people's opinions would be. The world's got strange. It's a very strange thing. Sketch, thoughts on Paqueta. I think he's doing all right. He's doing okay. A couple of nice passes, a couple of passes that didn't quite work, but I like the idea of them. I wouldn't call them Hollywood passes, but that's good. I think sometimes you can try the Hollywood one and it doesn't quite work. I think he's keeping it a little bit simple today. And there's one or two passes he's tried that it just didn't quite work. That one for Somerville where Somerville just didn't quite get there. But I like it. I like the idea. I like the idea from both of them. And I think they're forming an understanding, Paqueta and Somerville, quite quickly. Somerville knows when Paqueta gets it, move. And Paqueta knows when I get it, Somerville's moving. That's good. To have an understanding, you can build off that. So Paqueta, I'm okay with what I'm seeing so far. Some nice touches, some nice passes. 6, 7 out of 10, something in there. A 6 out of 10 at present, maybe. Not excellent, but not bad. I think he's doing all right. But what do you think? Let me know. Christian saying, Fernandez has won 100% of ground duels, 11 out of 8. He's been excellent, absolutely excellent. I just want to say a massive thank you to Billy for the £2 super chat and the support, who says, as a Scotsman, how do you support West Ham? My dad made me. That's it. That is it. My dad made me support West Ham. He's a West Ham fan. I didn't have an option. 3 rules when I was a kid. Be nice to mum, work hard at school, support West Ham. That was my 3 rules of childhood. Anyway, coming up to the second half at the Amex Stadium. Hopefully we can pinch the win. Get 3 points, please. Come on, West Ham. Nick it. If we win today, I'll be buzzing. And I know we're playing Villa, and I'll be a bit... By the time I get to the end of the week, I'll be like, we're playing Villa, we're going to get beat. But until then, I'd be buzzing. And we'd still possibly be in the bottom 3. I don't know how the goal difference is looking, if I'm honest with you. I've not looked. But it would be enough. And also, if we won, or even if we drew, if we draw today, I know we're still in the bottom 3, but the last 6 games, we'd have 2 wins, 3 draws, and a defeat. That's good form. It's good form. If we win, 3 wins, 2 draws, and a defeat, that's really good form, that is. We just got to keep it up. And it will give us a bit of belief that we can maybe get something against Villa or Man City. Unlikely. Villa are fantastic at the minute. But we need to not lose this fixture at worst. And I do think there's an opportunity to try and pinch it. Martin saying his streamer said that Brighton lead the second half goal scoring charts. Yeah, I think I had a couple of stats on my phone that I was going to use for the preview, but I didn't use them. Let me see if I've still got them. No, I've deleted it. Sorry. But yeah, Brighton do score in the second half. Right, let me get my clock ready. My clock is ready. Kickoff at the Amex is a way to get underway in the second half. No changes for West Ham. Jared Bowen will take the kickoff. And he goes back to Max Kilman. We're underway at Amex Stadium. Thank you very much for joining me. Please do subscribe if you're new to Ham's Chat. Graham saying we need to win by 2 goals to go above Nottingham Forest. Okay. I'm okay with just being equal points. This is a difficult fixture. Anyway, Brighton come down the right-hand side. Kilman gets his head on it. Not convincing, but it's hooked away and Juve flicks it on. But Lewis Dunk brings it down and goes back to Van Heck. Mark says Brighton will be a different beast this half. You'd imagine they'll up their game a little bit. They were quite poor, but when I spoke to Matthew yesterday, the Brighton fan, he was saying they've not played very well this season. Fernandez with another lovely little touch. Fast becoming my favourite West Ham player. I don't have a signed Fernandez shirt. Maybe I should try and acquire one. It would look good, wouldn't it? A signed Fernandez shirt here. What we're saying, chat. Yeah, Fernandez. Yeah. Juve into Somerville. Down the left-hand side. Back into Rodriguez. Just playing a little bit of keep ball at the minute here. Juve has it currently. Into Somerville. Oh, he's nutmeg Gomez, and he's giving it to Wan-Bissaka and back to Somerville. Great play there by Somerville. Confident play by Somerville. Bowen. Wan-Bissaka on the underlap. Gets it. Crosses it. It's unlucky. Do you know something? Unlucky West Ham. That's all right. It was Wan-Bissaka put the cross in and it went to Juve at the very back post, and it was quite high, and he's done sort of like a bit of a bicycle kick to volley it, and it's well high and wide, but it was a difficult chance for him. Unlucky. Good play by us there, moving the ball about quite quickly. Well done, Somerville. I thought that was a nice play by Somerville. Anyway, goal kick from Brighton. Dunk's got it, and we've just retreated back to the halfway line. We're letting them just push up with it. We're not pressing them high up the pitch here. I've noticed, though, what I have noticed, chat, in the second half so far, we're only 2 minutes in, but Somerville and Bowen are much wider and Paqueta's higher. So I think Nuno's trying to get rid of that issue from the Brighton fullbacks. I think Bowen and Somerville in particular maybe going to track back a little bit more in the second half, and Bowen's going to be a little bit higher up the pitch. Paqueta is going to be higher up the pitch centrally. That's how I'm seeing it at the minute anyway, but it does feel like Somerville and Bowen are wider than they were in the first half, and Paqueta's higher. Let me know in the chat what you think. Steve, our Harris chat, I'm going to be doing shirt sales again. And Mark Noble one. I might have one, Steve. I might have a couple. Actually, I do. No, I definitely got them. I'm 90% sure I've got a couple of replicas of the 15-16 season, the Farewell Bowl-in home shirt signed by Noble. If you want one, we can sort it for you. Belieber, fouling. Lucas Paqueta there. Steve, our email is hammerschat@gmail.com. Potts and Magassa getting ready to come on by the looks of it. Potts certainly is. His bib's off. Possibly even Andy Irving as well. He's certainly doing something with his boots. I think he's trying to recline his chair. I don't know. I think Andy Irving might just be... I thought he was doing something with his boots, but I think he might just be trying to recline his chair or something, because he's now elbowing his seat. Anyway, Fernandez is going to take the free kick just inside Brighton's half, but we are going long with this one. Brighton, it's a very high line. Fernandez goes long with it towards Mavropanos, heads it down. A bit of a loose ball. The referee gives a goal kick. We want a corner, but it did look like a goal kick. Goal kick to Brighton. Steve, can you confirm you heard me about the Noble shirt, please? Don't know the price, though. That's the only thing. We don't really have one. Anyway, Van Heck's got it. Into Belieber. Back to Dunk. And, yeah, people are saying can't take Fernandez. Or he can. It has to be Rodriguez. You cannot take Fernandez. I will be fuming if he takes Fernandez off. My worry is the other one might be Somerville, because he's been injured. If he's going to, I don't know, he's going to try and protect him. Hopefully not, because I think he's got a little bit of danger about him. Kagioglou has the ball. Gets his head up. Plays it into Lewis Dunk. Brighton really high up the pitch here. Great ball by Dunk into De Cupier, out to Kagioglou. Cuts it back onto his right foot, whips it in. He goes out to Minte on the right. Great ball that by Kagioglou. Minte dinks it in, headed away by Kilman. Van Heck picks up. Van Heck has a shot, blocked by Fernandez. Juve plays it down the left for Somerville to run on to. He's got little support. Oh, brilliant play by Somerville. Lewis Dunk brings him down, and it's surely a booking for the Brighton captain. He's trying to work out who to book, the referee. He's got to book someone. He's just not sure. He keeps going to his pocket. Just get your yellow card down. Decide who you're booking. It was Lewis Dunk. Surely he's booking him here. Don't bottle this, ref. He's got to book him. How's he not booked anyone? No, he's away booked someone now. Yeah, it's Lewis Dunk that's getting a yellow card. It was a booking, and it was Dunk. Good play by Somerville. His first touch isn't the best, but it's a very difficult ball to control, so he sort of gets anything on it. But the touch to put it between BRIWHU and Dunk is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Somerville. We go along with the free kick, and Maripanos can't quite get on the end of it, and it's a goal kick to Brighton. They take it quickly. Lewis Dunk coming forward with it. Yeah, Bowen and Somerville out wide again. He's changed it at half-time. Gomez out to Kagaoglu. Cuts inside of Wan-Bissaka. Fernandez also playing to the left in central midfield. He was playing on to the right in the first half, so he swapped sides as well as a result of the switches with Bowen, Somerville and Paqueta. BRIWHU down the line to Minty. Juve puts him under pressure and it's a goal kick. Well done by the left back. Minty's a difficult player to play against, but I think Juve's done well so far, although I'm still nervous. I'm still a little bit worried about that battle. He's more than holding his own currently. 53 minutes on the clock. 0-0. Ferry Potts looked like he was getting ready to come on, but that was about 5 minutes ago now. Ariola goes long. Looking for Paqueta. Doesn't get it, but he doesn't need to. He does get a second go at it. Finds Somerville out on the left here. Looks for the underlap of Paqueta. BRIWHU touches it, but Paqueta doesn't try for the corner. He keeps it in, goes back to Somerville. Only Wan-Bissaka's in the box for West Ham. Great play by Bowen and Somerville. Bowen wants it back. He gets it back, but it's a bad pass from Somerville. Somerville! Fernandez is so good. He's so good. Rutter in the card. He's away get a booking, I think, for chopping Fernandez down. But Somerville. It was great play by Somerville and Bowen. The 1-2 is superb. Then it needed to be good. The pass to Bowen needed to be good, but it was horrible. It was so overhit. It was good play by Bowen, Paqueta, Somerville initially, though. Just that cut back from Somerville. Come on. Come on, Somerville. Just a bit better and we'd be winning this game. His movement's really good. And it comes from Fernandez towards Mavropanos. And the keeper gets it. Bowen tried to make it difficult for the goalkeeper, but it was an easy catch. And Lewis Dunk has the ball. Did he book Rutter there? I thought he was going to book him. Maybe he didn't. No, apparently not. Anyway, Van Heck's got it. He comes forward with it and goes back to Lewis Dunk. It's just come up on the screen, that statistic that we were talking about earlier, that Brighton have got 17 goals in the second half in the Premier League this season. Only Liverpool have more. Kagaoglu down the left. Wan-Bissaka closing him down. Cuts it onto his right foot. Crosses it. It's flicked away by Mavropanos, and it's out for a corner kick to Brighton. Down their right, our left-hand side, which De Coupier has taken them so far, and they've been quite good. And he's going to go take this one as well. I quite liked his corners so far. We're heavy on the zonal marking. Only Rodriguez is man marking at the back post, and he's trying to take Van Heck. And it comes from De Coupier. Head away by Kilman, away by Fernandes. Somerville brings it down. He's going to get a chance to run at the Brighton players here. And he does. Bowen's making his run on the left. Somerville finds him. Bowen, brilliant first touch. Gets there before Belieber. Somerville's in the box. He looks for him. Cleared behind by Lewis Dunk. Great play by West Ham, though. That's brilliant. We don't have that. This is the thing with Somerville. Only Somerville can do that. No one else can do what Somerville just done there. Get the ball. Drive at your players. Great first touch by Bowen. He does really well to get there before Belieber. The cross, it's as good as he can do, really. Nothing wrong at all there from Somerville or Bowen, in my opinion. It's a corner kick to West Ham. Fernandes to take it from our left-hand side. So it'll be an in-swinger. Our players are a little bit deeper, further back. In the first half, they were crowded the keeper. Not so much for this one. Fernandes whips it in. Rutter gets his head to it and he goes through everyone, and it's a throw into West Ham. Down our right-hand side. Quite deep in Brighton's half, about 20 yards. In line with the 18-yard box, really, which Adam Wan-Bissaka will take. Hinshelwood is coming on for Brighton. Wan-Bissaka takes a throw and gives it to Rodriguez. Into Jared Bowen. It's a great turn by Jared Bowen. Puts it in and it's cleared. Great defending by Brighton. Wan-Bissaka picks it up. He gives it to Mavropanos. Fernandes in the middle of the pitch. Rutter picks it off him. A rare mistake from Fernandes. Brighton come forward, but it's a bad touch. Paqueta with a great tackle. Bowen picks up, goes past Dunk. He can't touch him. He can't touch him again. It's still Jared Bowen. Still Bowen. It's Bowen. Oh, great save. Somerville. Oh, fuck. Oh, piss. Great play by West Ham. Great play by Jared Bowen. It's a fantastic tackle by Lucas Paqueta on Bowen. He goes past Dunk, past Gomez, past Dunk again, past Van Heck, has a shot, deflected, saved by Van Bruggen, and Somerville with a bicycle kick, and it's tipped over by the keeper. It's a fantastic double save. Very unlucky by West Ham, very unlucky by Bowen. And Somerville, it's a difficult chance. It's a bicycle kick. It's a difficult chance. Great goalkeeping. We've taken the corner kick. It's bouncing around the 6-yard box. It's hooked away by Weaver. Come on, we've got them. Back in. Come on, West Ham. We need Callum Wilson, really. Wan-Bissaka out to Rodriguez. We've got them on the ropes here. West Ham have got momentum. Bowen, he's having a good game. Much better. He's having a great second half, especially Bowen has. He's stepped up, I think. Fernandes, great interception. Bowen picks up, finds Paqueta. Gets away from Belieber. It's Paqueta, looks for Somerville. Well defended by Brighton. Unlucky though. Those two have got a good partnership. Belieber finds Gomez. Into the feet of Danny Welbeck, who we've barely seen today. Out to Rutter. Rodriguez brings him down and he's going to get a yellow card for his troubles, Rodriguez. And I think it's the right thing to do. And I think it's now time to get Rodriguez off now. He's on a yellow card. I think if you're going to be a defensive midfielder and you're slow, I don't think you can be on a booking. So then we're going to have to get him off the pitch. And he's done okay. He's done okay, Rodriguez, but he's now an issue. Hinshelwood coming on for Belieber, not for Gomez, which is a surprise, leaving the one on the booking on the pitch. Hinshelwood's replaced him in the middle of the pitch for Brighton now. And I think it's time for Nuno to get Rodriguez off ASAP with him. As soon as he's on the yellow card, I think it's time to get him off. Got Potts and Magassa on the bench now. Take your pick which one you bring on. I don't mind. And I will say Rodriguez did the right thing there when he got skinned. He brought him down. I think it was the right thing to do. Anyway, Rutter goes by Rodriguez and Mavropanos comes over and covers, and that's the type of scenario that you want your defensive midfielder to be able to commit a foul if he has to, but he couldn't there. We've got a goal kick. I thought it was a corner. Never mind. Happy days. Bonus goal kick. Magassa and Potts are getting ready to come on. Double substitution for West Ham. You'd imagine Rodriguez is one. It's who's the other one? Is he going to change formation? He's going to have to, unless he's taking Paqueta or Fernandes off, which I don't want to see. I don't want to see either of them off. Tell you what, if he's bringing off a centre-back as well as Rodriguez for Potts and Magassa, fair play. I like it. Anyway, Van Heck into Rutter. Fernandez again with another tackle. Welbeck's picked up. Kilman's hassling him. Out to Minte. Up against Juve. He's cutting inside. Fernandez there again. My word, what a performance from Fernandez. He's been brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant. Right, De Coupier's got it. Brighton now enjoying a little bit of possession. Van Heck has it. Goes long out to the left-hand side, looking for Kagaoglu. Wan-Bissaka blocks his pass, and it's a throw into West Ham deep inside our half on the right. He takes it quickly, giving it to Rodriguez. That's not Rodriguez, Gio, that's Mavropanos. He goes way too long. It's a bit lazy for Mavropanos. And we've just given the ball straight back to Brighton. We had about 5 minutes of momentum and we're looking good, but Brighton are enjoying possession at the minute, but they haven't created anything. I feel okay. We've had the best chance and the second best chance of the game, maybe even the third best chance too. We've just got to try and capitalise here. Although, like I said, Brighton are starting to move the ball about well. The play stopped because it hit the referee. And the substitutions are way to occur. I don't think they should be allowed to happen when it's a drop ball, but I'm not going to complain. So the first substitution here is Rodriguez off for Freddie Potts. I don't see Magassa. Only Potts has stood there. Yeah, it's just the one sub. So Potts for Rodriguez. Just the one sub we're doing at the minute. Although Magassa was ready to come on. He's not there. But anyway, well done Rodriguez. I think he's done all right. I think he's done okay. Has to go off though. He's on a yellow card. But he's not played badly, Rodriguez. But Freddie Potts is on now for West Ham. Brighton get the play underway from the drop ball. Van Heck has it. Brighton centre-back's just creeping up again. Looks for De Coupier, but Wan-Bissaka intercepts it. And Kagaoglu does really well to give it back to De Coupier, who looks for Gomez. Fernandez is brilliant, and they forces him backwards after a slight interception. Van Heck comes forward. Great ball into Rutter. Out to De Coupier, who whips it in first time, but it's through everyone, and Minte won't keep that in. It's a throw into West Ham. Right in our own corner flag on our left-hand side, so Juve will take. A lot of love for Rodriguez in the live chat. Lobster saying it might be Rodriguez's best show. And he's had some good games. He's just had a few bad ones as well, hasn't he? But he's had some good ones. But I think he did fine. Has he justified Nuno starting him? To some extent. Of course, the question is, yeah, but could we have done even better? But I think Rodriguez has done well. He's going to get a positive player review from me tomorrow in the player ratings. Anyway, Mavropanos plays down the line, just comes off Kagaoglu and it's a throw into West Ham. Although Brighton tried to pinch the throw in. I'm sure it came off Kagaoglu. Did it not? Yeah, it did. Brighton are still trying to take the throw in, but the referee's reminding him that it came off a Brighton player. So Wan-Bissaka will take the throw. Gives it to Potts, gives it back to Wan-Bissaka, who hooks it forward. Not a great header by Lewis Dunk, but luckily for him, we don't have a striker. And it goes to Van Heck. Just need to get the ball back a little bit. Dunk has it at the moment. He's looking for that pass into midfield. Can't find anyone, so he goes back to Van Heck. And goes back to his keeper. Hinshelwood is just going to drop back a little bit for Brighton now to try and get off the centre-backs and move it forward. Gomez currently has it. Into Rutter, who's almost closed down too well because Todibo and Fernandez got in each other's way there. And it's gone out to Minte. Weafer's made a good run. Fernandez has tracked it though, and his cross is blocked and it's been cleared, and it's a throw in for Brighton. Taribo's currently down. I didn't see what happened there. Hopefully he's okay. Weaver stood on his foot, and it's not a foul or anything. Weaver passes the ball, and then as his foot's coming down, it stands on Tadibo's foot. A sore one, but you'd imagine he'll be okay. The physio's not on, so that's always a good indication. Just watching this double save. The first one's great because it's with his arm after it takes a deflection. And Somerville, he's a bit unlucky, Somerville, because it sort of hits the keeper rather than the keeper saving it, if that makes sense. It's one of them. If Somerville hits it down, it probably goes in and stuff like that. But it's a difficult chance. It's a difficult chance. Hinshelwood whips it in and it lands on the roof of the net of Ariola's goal. And it's a goal kick to the Hammers. 67 minutes gone at the Amex Stadium. Still Brighton 0, West Ham United 0. At this point, I would just like to once again say thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. If you're new to Hammers Chat, please do subscribe. If you're not sure if you've subscribed, please check and subscribe if you have not. And if you could also drop a like on the video by clicking thumbs up button, not the love heart in the live chat, that would also be appreciated. Ariola goes long with the goal kick. Van Heck beats Paqueta to it, but it hits Fernandez, who goes down, and it's a free kick to West Ham, and it's another foul by BRIWHU, who's suggesting that Fernandez is making a meal of it. More subs coming for Brighton. Fernandez will take the free kick. He's going to go long. It's a really high line by Brighton. Really high. And I'm not sure what Fernandez was doing. Part of me thinks he was shooting. But it was either a horrible shot or a horrible cross. Regardless, the net result's the same. It was terrible. And Brighton have the ball back. Dunk into Gomez. Brighton just starting to enjoy the last 10 minutes or so. It's a bit flat from us after that bicycle kick from Somerville. We don't really have much. Somerville just committing a foul there on Weaver. Just over 20 minutes to go. 4 subs available for Nuno. Van Heck has the ball at the moment. Lovely little flick into De Coopier, I think, who goes out to Weaver, back to De Coopier, back to Van Heck, who crosses it and goes down and wanting a free kick. The referee says no, and Brighton centre-back is on the floor in out of position at the minute, so Wan-Bissaka comes forward, so we've maybe got an opportunity to take advantage of this. Bowen's got it, trying to wiggle free, but he doesn't, and it's well defended by Brighton in the end, and Lewis Dunk comes away with it. Didn't really take advantage of that opportunity that presented itself to us, which was Van Heck out of position. Kagioğlu coming down the left wing with it. One-on-one with Wan-Bissaka. Cuts inside. He puts a cross in, but Juve heads it away. Van Heck picks up. He whips it in. Kilman clears it, but only as far as Potts and Mavropanos. A little bit of head tennis going on here. Paqueta flicks it away, but Hinshelwood brings it down. We need a little bit of calm and composure from West Ham. De Coopier whips it in. A lot of crosses coming into our box now. Minte picks up at the far stick. One-on-one with Juve. He crosses it. Headed away by Fernandez. But back to Minte, and Juve just volleys it down the middle of the pitch. Somerville hassling Van Heck, but the Brighton centre-back does really well. Now Fernandez puts him under pressure, and he goes back to Lewis Dunk. And Brighton will begin their attack again, and we're just struggling here, West Ham. We're just struggling. 20 minutes to go. We're not really getting the ball under control here. It's a great ball by Gomez into Weaver. Out to Minte. One-on-one with Juve again. Cuts inside and shoots over the bar. But another warning from West Ham. Maybe the first one of the second half. They've not had too many efforts on our goal in the second half. But Minte just found himself one-on-one on a couple of occasions. Now with Juve, he's a difficult player to play against. Cut inside really quickly. And let that one fly. Got power on it, but not the accuracy required. Goal kick for West Ham. Minty's going off here. Ooh, I'm happy about that. I mean, famous last words and all that. Watch his replacement score. Callum Wilson's coming on for West Ham, but first we've got a couple of changes for Brighton. Gruda's come on. Who else has come on? Costulas has come on for De Coupier and Gruda's come on for Minty. So a bit of a change for Brighton. And Somerville has gone off to be replaced by Callum Wilson. So you'd imagine Lucas Paqueta's going to move out to the left-hand side. Or Fernandez will and Paqueta will drop in. But Wilson will now take the role as striker. He's pointing at someone saying, you left. But I don't know if it's... I assume it's Paqueta. Come on, Wilson. And Paqueta has gone out to the left-hand side here. And Wilson's battled really well immediately. Could she maybe have got a free kick? The referee says no. Costulas out to Gruda, who's completely skinned Juve and left him in a heap on the floor. Gruda coming forward. Don't let him cut in on his left foot. Tadibo does well. Comes out to Hinshelwood, to Gomez. And Kilman clears it. Van Heck flicks it back to Dunk. Wilson will pick up the loose ball. Bowen's on the run. Come on, boys. It's 2 on 3. Wilson looks for Jared Bowen. Bowen. Yes! 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 From a ridiculous angle, Jared Bowen has scored. Callum Wilson with an immediate impact on the game as well. West Ham are winning 1-0 away to Brighton. Get the fuck in, West Ham. Get the fuck in, Jared Bowen. The angle looked too tight. It looked like a very, very difficult chance. It was a very, very difficult chance to score. But Bowen has done incredibly well to put that in the far corner. That is a fantastic finish by Jared Bowen. Kilman just clears it down the middle of the pitch and Van Heck flicks it back to Dunk. And Wilson gets on it straight away and Bowen makes the run. Wilson, it's a great pass by Wilson. Oh, Jared Bowen, that is an incredible finish. That is a fantastic finish. He should not be scoring there. He's on the full stretch, on the slide. Kagaoglu's putting him under pressure. But he's put it away remarkably well. That is great from Jared. West Ham are winning. We've got something to hold on to. Oh, please, can we win today? Please. Please. That is a fantastic goal by Jared Bowen. If we can win this would be fantastic. I know we'll still be in the bottom 3, but I don't care. This would be great for... Oh, fuck off. They're on the attack. Kilman. Oh, Pess has hit the post. Clear it! Fucking hell. Jesus. It's a corner kick for Brighton. Oh, they've just hit the post. I don't even know what happened. I was too busy singing about Jared Bowen. Van Heck with a great ball. Juve's completely missed it. And Kilman, it deflects off Kilman and hits the post. And then Tadibo sort of blocks it. But Juve has had another mare there, really. That looks like an outstanding save. I didn't think Areola saved it, but that is outstanding. He gets a fingertip on there. Great goalkeeping by Areola. 75 minutes on the clock. 1-0 West Ham. A corner to defend here. Whipped in, I think it's by Gruda. Someone heads it. Don't care. It's cleared away. Hinshelwood's got it. He goes back to Kagaoglu. I'm going to be tested on recognising these Brighton players now. There's now 2 players with their socks rolled down. Out to, I think it's to Gruda. It is, because he's left-footed. Into Rutter. Oh, piss off. Gruda again. You do one. I hate him. He always cuts in on his left foot. He's got a good... Gruda's got a good shot on him with his left foot, and I don't like it. It's a goal kick to West Ham. 15, 20 minutes to go. Come on, boys! We're 17th if we win. That Nottingham Forest fan told me I needed to win by 2. We need to win by 2. Above Nottingham Forest because of goals scored. That is an unbelievable goal. What a finish. What a finish. Wilson nicks it away from Kagaoglu and he's off. Callum Wilson on the right wing. Skins him, puts it in. It's into keeper's hands. But we got players forward there, West Ham. We went looking for our second one. And Bowen's waving his teammates back. Rutter's on the ball here. Potts putting him under pressure. He's got away from Potts and Paqueta, and Potts brings him down. He's going to get a yellow card for his troubles there. You'd imagine Magassa will be required at some point today. Maybe I'd probably bring Paqueta off. He's had a good game, Paqueta. I think he's done okay. But I think I'll maybe bring him off for Magassa. Put Fernandez out on the left and put Magassa in the middle with Potts. Really just bulk out this team. Van Heck out to Gouda. Cuts inside on his left foot. And again, do not let him shoot. Kagaoglu's got it. Hinshelwood in to Kostulas. Bowen tries to pinch off him, but doesn't manage. Out to Van Heck. Hinshelwood with the ball. Out to the left wing where we find Kagaoglu. Up against Wan-Bissaka. Back to Hinshelwood. Piss off. You're not getting it. We need to win this. Into Rutter on the left, who crosses it. Oh, it's wide. That's a chance. Kostulas, that is a massive, massive chance. Rutter's made a lovely little run down the left, and he's got the ball, and he's just cut it. He's just hit it first time low into that box to Kostulas, and he's completely shanked it wide. That's a big chance. This is going to be a long 15 minutes. If we hold on, I will be very happy. Nuno will be a genius for what he's done today. Long ball. Wilson can't win it. Van Heck does. Gouda picks it up and he's come away. Fernandez gives him a flick. And he shoots weirdly from quite some distance and gives us the ball back, really. Juve has it. Who's gone long? Looking for Wilson. Oh, he's done brilliant, Callum Wilson. Aye! No. Fuck off. That's a sending off, that. That's a foul. That's a second yellow. Nah, I don't think the ref's got that right. Van Heck's giving it to Welbeck into Rutter. I thought that was a free kick. I thought that was a foul on Wilson, and if so, I think that's a second yellow for Dunk. Van Heck's got it now. Hinshelwood. Brighton struggling to create anything. Weafer's out on the right. Gouda wants it, but he gives it back to Van Heck. At some point, he's going to shoot. He crosses it this time. Wan-Bissaka flicks it away, only as far as Kostulas, and Todibo does really well. And Wilson will chase after this one. He's up against Lewis Dunk. He's holding off Lewis Dunk. Go on, Wilson. Bowen's trying to get up with him. Come on, Wilson. Come on. It's Callum Wilson. Wilson! Ah, wide. Unlucky. Good play. Good play. I'm happy with that. Unlucky. Does really well to hold it up against Lewis Dunk. Gets his shot away. It's wide. It's fine. Good striker play, in my opinion. Maybe he could have passed. It's a striker. He's going to shoot. Out to Kagaoglu. Brighton come again. We've got a little bit of threat in the counter-attack now. Come on, Wilson. Hinshelwood has it currently. There's just no options. He's looking left and right, but there's not much to do here. So he's giving it to Van Heck, who's coming forward with it. A bit lazy from Wilson there, and he's giving it to Hinshelwood. Out to Kagaoglu. 80 minutes on the clock here. Fucking hell, this is going to be long. He's skinned Bowen up against Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka blocks Rutter's cross, and it's a corner kick to Brighton. Down their left, our right-hand side. We need a win. Sorry, Brighton, but we need a win. Kagaoglu will take this. He sends it in. Dunk heads it. Doesn't go anywhere, and Bowen will see this out for a goal kick. a sub for Brighton and 3 for West Ham, including Myers is coming on for West Ham United. So this is brave and bold from Nuno. I'll wait and see who's going off. So Lucas Paqueta is one of the players going off. He's had a good game, I think, Lucas Paqueta. Juve is going off for Myers. And who's the third? So we've got Souček, Magassa and Myers coming on. Fernandez. I'd have left him on. But Nuno's got everything right so far today, so what do I know? I understand the Juve one, and I understand Paqueta. I'm not sure about Fernandez. I'd have left him on. But what an occasion for Myers. Come on. What an occasion for him. He's playing left wing back. Souček's playing left mid. Magassa and Potts in the middle. Bowen's basically playing right wing back at the moment. There's a ball through looking for Kostulas. I think Mavpanos deals with it really well and clears it. Looking for Wilson up front on his own. Bowen's trying to get close to him, but it's easy enough for Brighton to defend, and Hinshelwood coming forward over the halfway line with it now. Hinshelwood has it still. Now Gruda's got it. It finds Kostulas with a little flick, but it goes through to Areola. Wan-Bissaka comes forward with it now. Under pressure from BRIWHU. He brings him down. He's got to get a book in BRIWHU. That's like his 10th foul. Mavpanos takes the free kick. He goes long, looking for Thomas Souček, who's playing left wing. And Weaver wins it, and it's a throw into West Ham over on the far side, which Myers will take. Diggy saying, I'm critical of the style of play, but my goodness, I love the way he brings young players through and gives them an opportunity. I completely agree. Myers takes a throw in, looking for Souček. Head away by Gruda. Magassa challenges Hinshelwood, and it's a goal kick to Brighton. It's going to be a long 5-10 minutes. Long 5-10 minutes here. West Country, Chinese tonight. No. Takeaways is banned now. Sad. It's Grace's birthday, Christmas, house. It's one of the expenses that's the first things to go when you need to save a few quid, isn't it? So I don't know what we're having. I mean, I'm starving till my belly's rumbling because I didn't have lunch. Had curiously cinnamons for breakfast. Anyway, Boskagli takes the throw in for Brighton. Back to Dunk. Makes its way back to Van Heck. We need to see this out. I'm getting a bit sweaty palms here. This is an important win. If we can get this over the line, this will be incredible. Lewis Dunk has it. Come on, West Ham. Just see this out. Rutter. Back to Dunk. Brighton have got 3-4 in the box here. Van Heck's got it. Hits it. Blocked by Kilman. Lewis Dunk picks it back up. On the halfway line. Come on. Rutter comes forward. Up against Jared Bowen. He whips in the cross. It's overhit. And it's a goal kick to West Ham. 86 minutes on the clock. Come on! Come on. Steve saying under the pressure is 30 seconds per sub. It's supposed to be in 30 seconds per goal as well. Never really always works out like that, but that's what it should be. Areola, long goal kick, looking for Thomas Souček. Wilson clatters into Van Heck. The referee just tells him, well, he's given a free kick. Weaver goes short quickly to his keeper and to Lewis Dunk as Brighton look to come again. Gomez has picked it up now. Freddie Potts is facing him up, but he gives it into Costulas. Back to Gomez. Out to Van Heck. He travels with it. Gruda wants it and gets it. Up against Myers. He cuts in on his left foot. Shanks across. Bowen chests it down and he breaks away. Costulas with a tackle. Potts picks it up. And he looks for Wilson, but he doesn't find him. And there's a throw in to Brighton just inside their own half. It's going to be a quick throw in by Lewis Dunk into Van Heck. Wilson, the only West Ham player forward. But we're not quite parking the bus, but we are parking the bus. Dunk coming forward with it. Thomas Souček backing off into a left centre-back position here. Hinshelwood. Brighton, in fairness, have had a lot of the ball, but they haven't created anything. Ariola's barely had to do anything. Van Heck. Just over 2 minutes on the clock before we hit stoppage time. The cross comes in. Over everyone. Myers will pick it up at the back post and he clears it. Souček runs after it. Dunk brings it down and Souček hassles him and fouls him, but the referee plays on. Hinshelwood. And Souček flies in on Dunk and it's a throw-in to Brighton. Dunk not too happy with what Thomas Souček has done there, but we continued. Van Heck comes forward with it. Headed away by Mavropanos. Brought down. Back in. Away by Mavropanos again. Bowen tries to prevent the corner but doesn't manage. A minute and a half to go of normal time. Corner kick to Brighton. Come on, boys. Fucking hell. What a win this would be. What a win this would be. Ah, fuck. Oh, it's saved. Fuck. Jesus. Welbeck had a diving header. Sorry, I forgot the commentary there. Areola saved it. It's been knocked away by Wilson and it's a throw into Brighton. Brighton wanting a penalty. No. Get fucked. Play on. No, it's not a pen. What? Get on with it. Come on. Long throw. Headed away by Mavropanos. It's been brought down by Costulas. Running at West Ham's defence. He's past Bowen. Wan-Bissaka's closing down. He shoots. It's a save by Areola. And he had to make a save there. Good save by Areola. Taken quickly. Gruda. Back to Costulas. Who might shoot again here. Up against Wilson. He's done really well. It's clipped into the back post. It's away by Thomas Souček. Fucking hell, we're under pressure. The 90 minutes is up. We're now into stoppage time. In it comes. Overhead kick. It's Rutter. Saved. Van Heck. Fuck off, Rutter. Fuck off. No. No. There was one of our players just got kicked in the head. Fuck off. Rutter's just scored. No, I'm not having that. West Ham want handball. They all want handball. All our players are saying handball here. The referees... Let's have a watch. The ball comes in. Souček heads it away. Let me just get a closer look at this. Goes back to Hinshelwood. He whips it in. Costulas goes an overhead kick. Just about takes Mavropanos' head off. But they're saying it hit him in the arm. It does! It hits him in the arm. Hits Rutter in the arm. It hits Rutter in the arm. It's a great finish, but it hits him in the arm. There's got to be handball, surely. Without that handball, he doesn't get it. It hits him in the arm and falls to his feet, and he takes the first shot. It's got to be handball. His arms are out from his body as well. It's not even natural. Nah, that's got to be handball. It has to be. Has to be handball. It hits him in the arm. There's no if buts, or maybe it blatantly hits him in the arm. Is there not? There's a fucking stupid rule that I think it hits, because it hits another body part, it might be okay, but it shouldn't. That's handball. It has to be handball. And he almost took Mavropanos' head off. The overhead kick. Fuck off! How's that not handball? Fuck's sake. How's that not like high foot, that overhead kick as well? Not just a handball, but does no one else think it's high foot? Like, I know he gets the ball, but he just about kicks Mavropanos in the head. Bullshit, I'm not having this. Fuck off. How's that not handball? What's the rules? Is anyone in the live chat? Mike's Travel saying a corner accidental. Of course it's accidental handball, but it's still handball. If it hit his arm and went in, they would have disallowed that. Accidental or not. Bullshit. Bullshit. It changes everything. The direction of the ball, everything. Fuck off. Bald wanker. No, I'm not having this. Fuck this shit. Mavropanos nearly gets beheaded, and then it hits him in the arm. Without that handball, he doesn't score. It's as simple as that. Brighton have got the ball. Sorry, there's no commentary. I'm pissed off now. Another cross has come in. Today was put behind. We better not lose. We need at least a point. We deserve a point as well. We deserve. You could argue we deserve all three. I think we've actually had the better chances. Mugged right off. Vibe, am I enjoying the watch along? Sometimes, not right now. I'm not. No, I don't want to be doing it right now. It's another corner for Brighton. Goes to the edge of the box of Costulas. High and wide. Ref will probably give a fucking pen for no reason. Fucking cheat. What is the reason, for those listening, what's the reason they've not given the handball? What is it? What is the actual reason? Gruda whips it in. Ruter blocked by Mavropanos. Blocked again by Mavropanos. Brighton are wanting handball. Oh, the fucking irony. Unbelievable. Inshelwood whips it in. Overhit, goal kick. What's the reason? Accidental handball's the reason. I know it's accidental. Because it doesn't directly lead to a goal, but it does. It does, though, doesn't it? Keeper saves it. So if Areola didn't save the first one, it doesn't count. Is that the rule, right? Is that genuinely the rule? If Areola doesn't save the first one, it's disallowed because it directly leads to the goal. But because he saved it, it's now like reset. Nah, bullshit. Bullshit. Potts is coming forward here. Come on, let's go steal it. We deserve this. Wow, good ball to Bowen. Bowen blocked. Corner, come on. We deserve this. I hope we fucking nick this. I hope it's a handball. Honestly, I hope someone just fucking not punches it. Do you know, we need a goal. A little touch of magic from Callum Wilson. That's what we need. That's what we need. A handball. I want a cheat. Diego Maradona, where are you? Come on, you fat cocaine sniffing midget. Where are you? Corner kick. Potts. Please, we deserve this. We've been mugged right off here. Potts whips it in. Good corner. Oh, fuck! Thought that was in. Mavropanos' header. He gets a few of them, Mavropanos. It's like inches wide. Ah, he should be doing better than that. Ah, it's full time. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. The VAR deems... Right, this is what Sky's official feed's saying. The VAR deems the ball struck Ritter's right arm accidentally. Well, yeah, he did. It is accidental. No one's accusing him of doing it deliberately. But... So, if it accidentally hit his arm and went in, would it count? No. Why not? Because it hit him on the arm. Accidental, it shouldn't be if it's accidental or not. That's what a bullshit rule that is, honestly. Fuck that shit. We've got screwed. We've got done there. I'm not having that. I'm not having that at all. We've got mugged off. We've got absolutely mugged off there at the end. I'm not happy with that. Bold wanker. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'm going to be live with my review in a couple of minutes' time. Why am I glowing? There we go. That's made it worse. Anyway, I'm going to try and sort my light out. Then I'll be live with my review. If you don't mind sticking around for 5 minutes until I go live, it'd be much appreciated. Before you go, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please drop a like on the video as well. And I'll be live in a couple of minutes from my review if you don't mind sticking around. See you then.